Welcome everybody to some Saturday content. That's kind of rare, right? Although these days, I don't know if you know this, but these days we post BoxMac a day early on the Red Cow Entertainment website, the new website, redcow.tv or redcowentertainment.com. You can get BoxMac a day early if you go over there. We're obviously trying to incentivize you to go over to the new website because we put a whole lot of effort into it. See a couple people in the chat. I see Joshua Weather. I see Nice Marmot Productions. I'm editing a video while watching you edit a video because I'm trying to learn and be as awesome as you guys. That's very sweet. And I see KDenHD. Man, those emojis in the Google chat are funky looking, aren't they? Like they're like all squashed and shit. Holy shit, the view count is on to double figures. Is it really? Is it really? I currently see 0 people watching. Ben White's joined the fray. All right, guys, let's dive right in. So I did this a couple months ago, back in July, and YouTube didn't archive it. So that one's for the ages, unless they somehow resurrect it. But the idea of today is for the next 3 hours, for as long as you want to hang with me, I'll be here editing. I've got an episode of BoxMac we shot last Sunday that's due to air probably in about a month. For those who don't know, we do bank episodes. Normally we shoot about 3 or 4 per day if we have other content scheduled for that day, like if we want to do a Junt's Car, or we want to do a Winter Moths, or we want to do a review lounge. Sometimes we schedule other content for the day, and that affects how many BoxMacs we shoot in one day. But last week we did 1 unboxing, 3 new episodes, and a few other, a new series that I don't want to spoil, but it's called Scavenger Junt. Let your mind run wild. So you can see that I'm on my laptop. Maybe it's not obvious that it's a laptop, but it's a Mac. It's a MacBook Air from 2013. We shoot on the Panasonic GH4, which if you want to know about that camera, Red Cow's own EJ Massa did a review of it some time ago. It's actually what inspired me to buy the camera. We've been shooting BoxMac on it ever since we bought it. And, you know, it's a little bit of a higher bitrate, higher resolution because we do shoot in 4K. And for that reason, it would be nicer if I would edit this footage on a nicer computer than this one. But I like being on the laptop. For one thing, it makes streaming easier, and 2, I can kind of like hang out anywhere in the house. But for that reason, I have to kind of pre-render a lot of the footage so that this computer can actually play it back. So I copy it onto the hard drive first. This is, you know, it's a modern computer, so it's got a solid state hard drive. So at least the disk is fast. You can see I have Junt 6 plugged in. That's recording the stream locally. And I've got some stuff queued up. I've got an episode of Scavenger Junt there. I've got episode 60, which is what we're going to do today. I've got Unboxing Mac 3. And I had somebody asked for a birthday message, and we did that too. What are you guys saying in here? And EJ into house. Hey, what's up, EJ? I would buy something from the store, but I am broke as fuck. Pork Snorkel says, hi, Frankie. You're looking a mite handsome today. I must say, well, that's very nice of you. I got kind of a haircut last weekend. Every you know, I call it quarterly haircut. Junt exploring. That's a good. You know, we were gonna do, maybe, you know, anything's open, but we were thinking about maybe someday going around to open houses and having John kind of comment on houses and the viability of buying a house, and maybe call that House Junters. You know, really anything on that rhymes with Junt, we're down for. So episode 60, I've done very little prep for this. I'll show you first. We have, you know, I always name the folder 5D because we at one time shot on a 5D, but these days we shoot on a C100. You know how there's 2 angles in BoxMac? There's the wide angle that shows the whole kitchen, and then there's kind of the primary angle that EJ is doing handheld. We typically shoot with a C100 with a Canon 10mm lens that John owns. EJ is able to procure the C100 from his work. But sometimes we do shoot it on the 5D, and the camera aficionados can kind of tell when it's either one. The C100 is way nicer. It's I think there's no crop for one. I think it's a full sensor, so that you get more in frame and much more color dynamic. And then the GH4, which I talked about, we also record audio separately. So there's one file, but that embedded in that are both of our tracks. They have wireless microphones on both of us. And then, of course, the Premiere project. I edit in Adobe Premiere. I just always have. I never switched away from or to Final Cut. since like 2000 or 1999 when I first started editing. It was early Premiere, and I've just never gone back. Probably because I've gone between Mac and PC my whole life. I'm not really partial to any one of them, and it's a cross-platform product. So I still edit in CS6 because I prefer some of the small things about it. I just feel like Creative Cloud is updating all the time, and they change little things on me, and it screws me up. So I kind of like standardizing on one version, but someday I'll move forward. So I did only a very little amount of prep because I didn't want to. Somebody's asking us in the in the chat if we get stoned much. No, I don't get stoned ever. Unless I'm going to the dentist or something. I don't drink and I don't smoke. EJ drinks, but I don't think any of us smoke weed. Have you ever heard of a computer program called BoxMac? If not, you should look it up on Wikipedia. Well, you're going to have to describe that a little bit more because I don't know what you're talking about. The screen work area just means that I've pre-rendered some of the footage, and specifically the GH4 footage. The C100 footage, which is laid on top of it, see there's like two video tracks. The first video track, the primary video track, is the GH4 footage, and the C100 is on top of it. When I do my first pass, I really only edit the GH4 footage, the primary footage. I kind of ignore the C100 footage, but I leave it synced so that when I do a second pass, I can then start cutting between the two angles, and we'll talk more about that later. But so that we could actually jump right into it, I rendered these last night. It took about 3 hours to render 38 minutes worth of stuff. But now it'll play back nice and smooth, as you can see. So I'm going to turn the volume up. And you guys tell me if you can't really hear it that well. And one of the first things we need to do is sync all this stuff, right? So this isn't synced yet. So before we start any episode of BoxMac, we always do a clap in, because a clap is kind of one frame of sound. And God forbid we ever forget to record onboard microphones from the cameras. We could still always visibly use the clap to sync with the external audio. Andrew K said, "What's up, Frankie?" EJ Massa says, "I'm editing a review lounge while Frankie is editing BoxMac." This is like, we don't get paid to do this shit, but it's kind of like a second job for us. K Den HD continues, "It's basically a really weird purple gorilla that takes your information, and it's pretty mysterious." I still don't know what you're talking about. So she's in Western Mass today. That's the very beginning of the clip. These are not synced yet, so I'm looking for that clap. Somebody's got to get the clap. Okay, that looks like John introing. I see Nina dancing. Let's see what they're dancing about, because maybe it'll be funny. I'll mute this track.
Turn it up. Turn it up. The world is up. I was referencing the Ugly Duckling song from the 2000-something movie Road Trip.
This time on BoxMac.
Road Trip on BoxMac now.
And I got levels on there, so we got audio. All right.
You can hear EJ being concerned that we're recording the onboard mic on the C100 because the previous time we hadn't. It didn't make a lick of difference. But see, I'm ready to clap, so now I can use the keyboard arrows to toggle until I get to that clap. Boom. When I first hear that noise, that's where I want to cut. I use keyboard shortcuts like crazy. You guys are going to see I'm pretty fast. Been doing this for a long time. What is so the Michael Abood I see is in there. He says OFFs don't install Bonzi Buddy. MIFFs. I still don't know what Bonzi Buddy is, and I kind of want the suggestion to go away. So that's now cut to that point, and we're gonna go to the C100 footage and do the same thing. I'm gonna re-enable the audio. Something I do very commonly is, if you hold Shift and press L and J, you can kind of speed up and slow down the footage, so I don't have to watch everything in real time and be slowed down by that. I predict that beginning to end, an episode of this length, which is a little long, 38 minutes is a lot of raw, but there's a third co-host. This one involves Nina. This is vegan number 3. That's probably the reason. One more person, more content.
Yes. The water table on what is it? Turn it up. 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 The water is up. I was referencing
no, my MacBook does not overheat. It's been really. I've been using this MacBook for quite a while now. It was the same laptop that we used on the set of Having Fun Up There when we were copying footage off, and it's been fine.
And I got levels on there, so we got audio.
All right, so I've now cut at the clap for both of those. I've got the clap. Ha 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 ha. Oh crap! Just delete everything. And now I want to line them both up, right? And now I'm going to do the exact same thing, but for the audio. So we'll pull the audio in. As you can see, I'm kind of organized here in the bin. Only 2 tracks are going to matter. So I'm going to unlink these, and I'm going to delete these bottom 2 because, oh, excuse me, there's 3 people, so we'll only get rid of that 4th one.
It's going to air. It's only a downhill journey. Something movie road trip.
I can hear John talking about Road Trip. Oh, for fuck's sake, yeah. I see FFs a lot, and I'm like, is somebody talking to me? When I hear Bonzi Buddy, I think of a knockoff Chia Pet. Okay, let me put a Wikipedia quote here. Bonzi Buddy, stylized as Bonzi Buddy, is a spyware program. Okay, so yeah, so you're jokingly suggesting that I install spyware?
Frankie, after the peak of...
So, now they're all synced up. And just for obsessive compulsion's sake, we'll make them all line up from beginning to end as though they were always synced. And about that quickly, I have the audio and the 2 different video tracks synced. And so now I'll just do some verification by muting the onboard tracks and seeing if everything looks good.
BoxMac 16.
Just kind of do spot checks throughout the whole thing.
I'm just going to give a little...
It's a little hard to see when people...
Well, look, it ain't no...
It tastes like it's been, like...
Yep. No spoilers. I don't want to hear what it tastes like.
Right.
So
Oh,
this
now
one
they're
is
worried.
like I said, it's the only one that's
I see I'm leaving.
Then...
stirring until sauce begins to thicken. Milky boil.
Ooh. Milky boil.
Ooh.
No.
Is it really? Cup of water, that's it, baby.
Gross.
How...
I thought I saw it not be synced.
Yeah, it's the whole kitchen. It's the whole works. We've gummed up the whole
It's
works.
the cruelty-free stove.
No, that looks good.
Oh. It's not that bad, guys.
What do you mean?
Okay, cool. So we're looking good. So what I do, what do we got here? Orange says, hello. Hi, Orange. Doesn't editing these BoxMax episodes make you hungry? No, not normally. I normally edit them on the bus, honestly. I take, you guys saw me in that video yesterday. I take the bus to and from work daily. No, I would never suggest you download spyware. I was just telling you it's pretty weird. Okay, cool. Sounds good. I always watch BoxMac while eating some Cracker Barrel. It's my weekly ritual. I dig that, man. I like the people who have the ritual. Some people are doing church in the morning and then they do BoxMac. Some people got football this time of year. I like the idea of a Sunday ritual with BoxMac. I think that's cool. I have been throwing some alternative Sunday content at you lately. Thank you for putting up with that. I'm trying to make it so BoxMac doesn't burn out on everybody, right? There's only so many Macs in the world, although when I receive those boxes, I sometimes think that we'll never run out of them. Okay, so this is a sequence. See, episode 60, that's referring to this timeline. And in case I botch my edit in some way, or I'm like, wow, I really kind of got lost with where I was, I like to kind of retain this fully synced version of the sequence. So I'm going to duplicate it so that there's a backup, and then I'm going to call this one the edit. And the edit is the one that I'm going to work on. And now we're ready to actually dive in. And I'm going to, for that same reason, get rid of these onboard tracks, right? We don't need those anymore. We're totally synced. We're ready to edit. Are you guys ready to dive into this?
Give me a hell yeah. If you want to see Frankie Frayne edit BoxMac, give me a hell yeah.
For the wrestling fans.
Frankie, Frankie, after the peak of life.
Usually it's a Saturday ritual because I always watch stuff on the RCE website. Yeah, because you know who you are. You're Iron Manatee, aren't you? I forgot. We meet at last. One of our power Reddit users. You're named all over the After Hours that comes out tomorrow. My body is sore from playing football all day and I can't move, so I decided to be lazy and watch some Behind the Mac. Well, that's right on, man. Gotta head out. Please visit the subreddit. Yeah. See you, Michael. Thank you for being so good to us with the subreddit. Here we go.
Frankie, after the peak of life, it's only a downhill journey. And I fear that we're in the downhill journey of Vegan Max. We've had the Dia. I think that is about as good as it's ever going to get.
We had the Annie's, which I have since bought on my own accord. I've eaten the pumpkin mac. It's
yes,
good.
but we determined that there was really...
Frankie, can you give more details? My class starts soon. Yeah, sure. Michael's referring to, we have reddit.com/r/redcountertainment for those of you who are Reddit people. And that's where we have like kind of more deeper discussion about Macs. That's where people bring Macs, new Macs they've never seen before to John or to myself, or they have Mac questions, or there's kind of general Red Countertainment discussion. I'm noticing right away as I edit that this was an episode where Nina and John kind of forgot that we do intros. And I thought we were taping an intro, and suddenly they just launched into a discussion. And I don't think we re-shot it, so now I have definitely an editing challenge ahead of me.
Frankie, after the peak of life, it's only a downhill journey. And I fear that we're in the downhill journey of Vegan Max. We've had the Dia. I think that is about as good as it's ever going to get.
We had the Annie's, which I have since bought on my own accord. I've eaten the pumpkin mac. It's
yes,
good.
but we determined that there was really nothing emulating...
I've eaten the pumpkin mac. Since bought on my own accord.
I've eaten the pumpkin mac. Yes, but we determined that there was really nothing emulating cheese at all. No, it was just a good creamy show. I didn't even do
nothing emulating cheese at all in that
No,
particular...
it was just a good
on the
creamy
introduction.
show.
I didn't even do...
She doesn't know that.
Today on BoxMac.
She's treating it like it's time for conversation.
No,
only a word or two from us.
I love conversation from Nina. That's why I engaged her and then
So
realized...
this is so sloppy, but now I have to figure out how I want to edit this.
The Annie's was
That is true.
really the peak. You got the peak wrong. The peak's not Dea. That's
Okay.
only him.
But it's only...
No, I mean, for Vegan Max, Dea was the peak. It
Yeah, I
is
think
for most
was.
people. And it's Dea, not Dia.
It is Dea? I
Yes,
said it right?
No, you said Dia.
Today on BoxMac. Today on BoxMac.
Alright.
I don't remember what the thing I was going to do for the opening is now.
Peace
In
and the
life,
downhill.
there is highs, there are lows.
Oh, we did reshoot it.
Frankie, after you reach a certain point in life, it's all... Frankie...
Yeah, it was funny, but it's too crazy to. I found this is from Kevin Killian. I found your channel while I was making mac and cheese. I was YouTubing Annihilator's Craft Dinner Song. Never heard it. Needlessly, you love BoxMac now. Well, thank you. We love you too. Biscuits McGee. Jeremy says, looking forward to playing some Punch Out, even though it's the one with. Oh, you guys are talking about that cool mini NES thing. I think that's pretty rad. I think I'm gonna buy one myself.
Frankie, after you reach a certain point in life, it's all downhill. And that's where we are. We're in the downhill. We've got some Vegan Macs, and that's where we are.
We're in the downhill. We've got some Vegan Macs. I don't think any of them is.
We've got some Vegan Macs. I don't think any of them is going to be better than the Dia. Today on BoxMac.
Okay, that's perfect. It's just messed up enough.
And I'm going to string all of that together into an intro. It's a 3-minute intro. Alright. Oh, Frankie. You know, I'm happy I'm...
Oh, Frankie. You know, I'm happy on one thing because we got Nina on the show, and I always, you know. I'm happy on one thing, but
So that's big. Is when people speak, there's a lot of kind of stuttering and stammering and or false starts on sentences. Like you'll say, 2 likes, things like that. With editing, you can cut all that out, make it seem like we're really smooth and we have excellent chemistry when maybe we don't have that great chemistry. I think we have pretty good chemistry. But my point is that just tighten all that up and the illusion of fluid motion, folks.
I'm happy on one thing because we got Nina on the show, and I always like it when Nina's on the show. I'm sad that we got some Macs that nobody's going to like.
I'm going to borrow this shot here.
This one right away, nobody's going to like.
One of the major benefits of shooting in 4K, I like to show the Macs kind of up front during the intro, and but I'm also trying to keep the shot choices diverse. So if EJ later zooms up on the Macs, I want to reserve that for later. But just to give them kind of a quick shot, what I can do is take a shot like this, what you're seeing here, and punch in because it's 4K resolution in a 1080 frame, meaning we can punch in on the 4K stuff and not lose any resolution. So that's probably what I'll do here.
Here we are. We've got some vegan Macs.
Right.
We've got.
And see, it's not, not quite balanced, so I can just kind of, there we go, and we're good.
We've got some vegan Macs.
One of the big things in editing is to always kind of cut on an action, like when somebody's finished a sentence or when, a body motion has completed, like if somebody is waving at something, wait until the motion has completed. Don't cut in the middle of things. If you cut once gestures and words and ideas are kind of complete, or mini complete, then the fluid motion, everything looks a little bit more fluid.
Here we are. We've got some vegan Macs. I don't think any of them is going to be better than the...
Is BoxMac scripted? EJ answers, absolutely not scripted. I was just curious because of how awesome all the intros are. Well, thank you. You're seeing right now how one comes to life. It's just us messing around. Andrew asks, do you plan on coming down to Random again? I missed it the first time because I overslept. Yeah, man, you can't oversleep like that.
And that's where we are. We've got some vegan Macs.
To answer your question, yeah, of course we're going to go back to Random.
I don't think any of them is going to be better than the Dia.
So I'm not going to spend a lot of time doing this today in this first pass, but I want to show you one of the things that I do, which is so this first track is John, the second track is me, and the third track is Nina, right? So I could mute the tracks that are not John.
Frankie, after you reach a certain point in...
Notice it sounds a bit better. It sounds cleaner because he's not picking up on the other mics. If we were to re-enable those...
Frankie, after you reach a certain...
Here, it's a little bit more, echoey on the other mics. So when... I do this with every BoxMac episode. When I'm not speaking, I mute my mic. When Nina's not speaking, I mute her mic. And that adds a lot of time, but if you've ever appreciated the sound quality of BoxMac, that's part of what helps that. Also, Zach Carlisle, who you know from the episodes, he is monitoring audio the whole time. So if the mic cuts out or there's a problem with a battery or something, he can let us know about it right away. Yeah, the cuts where he can't even finish are the best. We need a John messing up supercut. I agree, man. The John bloopers are the best.
certain point in life, it's all down.
So I'm going to mute these now, kind of like permanently.
Hill. And that's where we are. We've got some vegan Macs. I don't think any of them is going to be better than the...
So I speak right here, so I'm just going to isolate...
Dia. Today on BoxMac.
And that's it. None of the rest of us speak. So other than that, this one little clip. And then you also hear that pop.
And that's where we are. We've got some...
Hear that? Pop. It's from two pieces of audio kind of getting junted together. If you just put a little one-frame crossfade between those, it makes it vanish.
And that's where we are. We've got some...
Audio pops are kind of a clear sign of amateur hour. So I like to get rid of those. I also find them really distracting. And again, if when sound isn't fluid, the visuals aren't fluid, if you will. So this cropped in clip here, I'm gonna render that just so you can see it, and then you'll see kind of a fully fleshed out intro. Got some Diet Coke here.
Frankie,
Cancer.
after you reach a certain point in life, it's all downhill. And that's where we are. We've got some vegan Macs. I don't think any of them is going to be better than the Dia today BoxMac.
So, you know, a lot of the edit, it's me trying to figure out, does that joke work? Does that joke already reference something? Does the joke require explanation? Sometimes there is no explanation because we're being too loopy. Do I need to put in a title card? What do I have to do to make sure that the jokes always make sense? It's an extremely important part of storytelling, right? Is making things make sense. So in this case, I think we've made enough reference on past shows. This is the judgment call I'm making kind of internally. I think we've made enough references to John mispronouncing Dia. He says Dia instead of Dea. That I'm going to leave that in. Hopefully it'll be funny and everybody will already get it. If you're a brand new, if you're a newcomer to the show, you won't get the joke, but whatever. Is this interesting so far? I don't know. It's if you have questions at any point, just let me know.
I'm happy on one thing because we got Nina on the show, and I always like it when Nina's on the show. I'm sad that we got some Macs that nobody's going to like. This one right away, nobody... Nina's on the show.
I'm sad that we got some Macs that nobody's gonna like. This one right away, nobody's gonna like it.
We've had another Road's End. We didn't like it.
What's different?
I like it.
We've had another Road's End. We didn't like it.
What's different about this one? Before you just a new shape of pasta, I think. That's all we got. We got shells with the cheddar style. This pasta riso is completely new to us.
It's all.
So he had said nobody's gonna like it. So now I'm looking for kind of a quick, really brief explanation for why.
This one before you just
A
move
new
right back.
shape of pasta, I think.
That's all we've got.
We got shells with the cheddar style. This pasta riso.
The best explanation that's offered is Nina says, we've had it before and didn't like it.
We've had another Road's End. We didn't like it.
Yeah, I mean that's about. I think that's the best we're gonna do there.
What's different about this one? Before you just a new shape of pasta, I think. That's all we've got. We got shells with the cheddar style.
And then we jump forward.
We didn't like it. This pasta riso. Pasta riso is completely new to us.
Yep.
Pasta.
So now I'll just start the cut there where she gets the pronunciation correct.
Didn't like it. Pasta riso is completely new to us.
Yeah, I've never seen that one before. And I've never seen this one before.
But we got a gluten-free brown rice pasta problem. And there's like some garbanzo bean flour in it. So we're really in trouble.
Nina, it's free from top allergens.
But we got a gluten-free brown rice pasta problem.
Nina, it's...
I try not to go too long without kind of moving on to the next idea. So even if Nina had like a whole string of funny things that she commented on there, I try to find the funniest one and kind of run with that. So that it always feels like the show is moving, so that when you guys watch it, even if it's only, even if it's pretty long, like 15 minutes, it should hopefully feel really short. I kind of want you to, when BoxMac is done on a Sunday, I want you to be like, ugh, I'm so sad that it's over, I want another one right away. Hopefully that's the way you feel.
Problem. And there's like some...
I'm having an awesome time so far. I really enjoy watching the editing process. Thank you, Andrew. You're a super fan.
Garbanzo bean flour in it.
So we're really in trouble. Nina, it's free from top allergen.
Nina...
So I cut out, like I said, I cut out that piece that she added about garbanzo beans. I think we make reference to those later, so it might be more interesting when we talk about it later.
Brown rice pasta problem.
Nina, it's free from top allergens.
Top allergens. Is this the one with whole brown rice pasta side? No, that's not whole brown rice pasta side. Well,
so there's me, I was hoping it was going to be the brown rice pasta side thing that we said on the last unboxing. It wasn't, so joke doesn't work, cut it.
Brown rice pasta. Brown rice pasta. Well, so which one is the whole brown rice pasta side? Is that on a vegan? That's a side. That's some non-vegan side. Okay, all right. Isn't that thing over there that's hanging out? No, that's... Do we need to bring it out? No, it's actually not. There's a show coming up. This is a homemade style.
None of this works. We're just crapping around.
I'd rather eat these. I don't care what they are. I'd rather eat these textbooks.
Okay, so I'd rather eat these textbooks works if it's cut against the last thing that we just said.
Books. These texts. These. I don't care what they are.
Even though he was riffing off of talking, we thought there was another Mac over on the table that wasn't there. cutting it against, it's got top allergens. I'd rather eat these textbooks. Kind of works.
Nina, it's free.
Scotland checking in. How long does it usually take to edit an episode? So if it's 38 minutes of Raw, I mean, just to watch 38 minutes of Raw alone would be 38 minutes. So it probably 4 to 5 hours all told. And then there's kind of a lot of back-end work, like creating the thumbnail, actually uploading it, coming up with the description. I also upload it to Daily Motion, putting it on the website, scheduling it for release, adding in the annotations. That's like, EJ and I agree, that's like my least favorite thing ever. Andrew says he's been at it for half an hour so far. The stream is planned to be around 3 hours, so I'm assuming about 3 hours. No, we won't be done in 3 hours, but hopefully, if I can move along quickly enough, it'll be the first pass will be done. So you guys will have a really good sense of the final narrative of the episode. And then I'll go back and I'll intercut it between the wide shot, the close up. There's some color correction that needs to happen later on. And if you stick around, teaser. I just received word that in 49 minutes, John Hunt will be in the chat, so stick around for that.
Nina, it's free from top allergens. I'd rather eat these textbooks than...
It's a cooking book, not a textbook.
I don't care. I don't care what book it is.
A text on cooking?
Contains text.
Contains cooking.
Book, not a textbook.
I don't care. Then...
I think that's about how much that works.
On cooking?
Contains text.
Contains cooking. Contains book. Probably more tasty than these.
Probably more...
Book.
Probably more tasty than these.
Okay, so a couple of little things about that right there. So I'm going to cut right there. So we debated whether or not a cooking book was a textbook. It's really, for the sake of a joke, it's really kind of irrelevant. So I'm cutting all that out. But instead, he's going to say, I'd rather eat the textbooks, and then, they'd probably be tastier than these. Bam. And he slams the box down on the table. Cutting right after that nice, satisfying sound of the box coming down, that's the completion of an idea. We move on to the next stage. And what else, you can kind of hear Nina speaking at the same time as him, even though it's his joke that we kind of want to go to. That's another really nice thing about having the lapel mics, is we can mute, we do mute anybody who's talking when, or there have been times too where somebody's saying something really hilarious quietly that I didn't catch on the day, and I want to mute everybody else and bring them out more because what they said was funnier than anything else.
Probably more tasty than these.
So that's what that sounds like unmuted, but if we mute them,
probably more tasty than these.
It comes out a lot nicer.
Textbooks. Then,
or me laughing doesn't necessarily need to be picked up on the mic, right? So
I eat these textbooks. Then probably more tasty than these.
So now that works a lot better. Is there any chance for an unedited version to be uploaded to the site for our viewing pleasure? Well, I'll tell you what. When the whole stream, when we get kind of to the end of the stream, that first pass, I'll just play it back and it'll be part of the stream. How long would an unepisode be? Like half an hour? Oh, you mean like completely like what we shot, completely unedited? That would be 38 minutes in this case. That's what I mean by raw footage. Hey Frankie, does YouTube save these live streams? I'd love to watch this from beginning to end. Yes, we will be uploading this from beginning to end. Absolutely. We didn't last time because we thought YouTube was going to put it up for us, and they didn't for whatever reason. I think latency or something. And so now I'm making sure that I record this locally so I can get it up later. Look, everybody, Zach Carlisle, Red Couch Damon's Zach Carlisle has entered the chat. The man who monitors our audio and does a lot for us behind the scenes. Dabby2 says, wow, a lot of work. You can tell BoxMac is well edited, but I had no idea how long it actually took. Fuck yes, it takes long. But thank you for acknowledging that. All right.
If you're taking a cooking class, then it is a text.
It's true. That's true. It only becomes text once you're under instruction. So I don't
I can, I don't even know the next thing he's going to say, but I can already tell that we're kind of done making our bad joke that didn't get edited in. And I can tell that John's ready to say something kind of authoritative. Like I kind of have a good sense of rhythm by this point. So he's about to say, I have no idea what's next, but it's probably usable. So that's where I'm going to cut.
I don't think any of these are going to be any good, but maybe I'm selling them short.
I'm going to start where he says, maybe I'm
These are
selling.
going to be any good, but
Because I'm counting on the fact that we then have some kind of conversation about.
These, maybe I'm selling them short.
Well, okay, this one's massive, first of all.
Yeah. Should we open it up?
Namaste, that's sort of a yoga monster.
Yeah.
Sort of a Namaste. Namaste.
John asks, should we open it up? There's no need for you guys to hear us ask if we should open it up or not. Of course we should open it up. Red Cow is the best, goddamn, says Ash Davis. You are so sweet. Thank you very much. What does John do for a living? He knows so much random stuff. Let me tell you something, Kim S. John does know a lot of stuff. John is a smart cat, as my dad would say. But I would say probably about 30% of what he says is complete horseshit. Or he heard it like once and he's now repeating it in a way that makes it seem very authoritative. But he does know a lot of things. He does research a lot of kind of esoteric things about like food manufacturing and he likes how things work. He likes to know how things work. But for a living, he is a firmware developer for printers. So if you've ever been in like a deli checkout at a supermarket, his company services a lot of those receipt printers. All right.
First of all, Namaste, that's sort of a yoga mantra, is it not?
It is, and there is the...
Is it not?
Nina's a little slow to answer us, so I'll just cut forward and where she starts.
It is, and there is the ahimsa, which is non-violence in the yoga tradition. Ahimsa, which is non-violence in the yoga tradition.
What's that got to do with any of this?
Here, John, like, opening the box right near his lapel mic, so it just sounds terrible. John can be completely muted during this part of it.
Ahimsa, which is non-violence in the yoga tradition.
What's that got to do with
it? There's a spammer in the chat. Everybody attack.
Ahimsa, which is non-violence in the yoga tradition.
What's that got to do with any of this?
I don't know.
Okay, here's our pasta.
That looks like... I don't know.
Okay, here's our pasta.
That looks like... Look, it's got nice little ridges. It's got... Look, it's got nice...
You see that? You see how it keeps coming up with a save dialogue? That's not auto. Although it is set to auto save on some kind of interval, but I'm Command S constantly, man. I don't want to ever have to worry about losing an entire project file.
It's got nice little ridges. This isn't the same rice pasta we usually deal with, so maybe that's good.
Mina, thankfully, is going to continue to advocate and make this a worthy show. You're just blowing through them. You don't want them. No, I'm not ready to give these back. Can we compare this to the first vegan episode where you were so open?
Can we?
Maybe that's good.
Can we compare this to the first vegan episode where you were so open and so ready to try something new with your vegan friend? We all have vegan friends. Try something new with your vegan friend. We all have vegan friends.
Everyone's got a little. I think interesting. We've established that if you don't buy these. The day is good. It was good. Yeah, it was. No,
just don't buy these.
Friend,
just don't buy these.
The day is good.
It wasn't good.
Yeah, it was.
Him saying just don't buy these, not necessary.
Friend, the day is good.
It wasn't good.
Yeah, it was.
No, it wasn't.
Pumpkin mac is good.
Amy's pumpkin mac. Actually,
pumpkin mac.
Get out of my kitchen!
Okay, that's worth keeping, I'd say.
And then you and I can have a show.
I'll stand where Frankie stands. I'm a little afraid they may have discontinued the Annie's.
Frankie, I'll stand where show. I can have a show.
The first ever episode where John kicked me out. What's your favorite noodle, Frankie? My favorite noodle, like as in like a pasta shape, or like what's my favorite mac of all time? 'Cause I think you know the answer to that.
I'll stand where Frankie stands.
I'm a little afraid they may have discontinued the Annie's. I haven't been able to find it. I bought a couple of boxes.
I gotta cut all this out because we found it at a Whole Foods. We got 5 boxes of that Annie's pumpkin mac in there that Nina loves.
They may have. I'm a little.
Frankie stands. I'll stand where Frankie stands.
I'm a little
Afraid they may have discontinued the Annie's. I haven't been able to find it. I bought a couple of boxes. I ate them. Now I can't find it. pretty tasty stuff, though it wasn't mac in any meaningful way. It was a creamy fall balloon dish. Yeah, Frankie is going away. That's fine. Kick me out. Frankie, not.
Yeah, Frank.
So actually, I need to cut all that out because none of that worked.
Frankie is going away. That's
You
fine.
kicked me out.
Frankie, not. You can come back. I'm out. The show might not be very good without Frankie.
No, I gotta leave that in. The show might not be good without Frankie. You just said yes, dude. Oh, pasta shape. My favorite. Well, you know, I early on, before all of this research, I would have said that my favorite noodle was shell, but you know, some of the best Macs seem to just be good old plump elbows. Those are awesome. Also, Zach turned me on to Orky Eddie because his really awesome taco Mac uses Orky Eddie, so I quite enjoy that.
Kicked me out.
Frankie and I.
You can come back. I'm out.
Let's see. This joke of me leaving might not work at all.
Me out.
The show might not be very good without Frankie.
Franca. How do you fit Pumpkin Mac into an episode? Like, what do you compare it with? Asks Dirty Atrulio. I don't know. Maybe like a fall home style, or I mean, we did that particular one with another run of vegans because it was marketed as vegan. Andrew says, "I love me some of those meaty elbows that you find in a Cracker Barrel or Deluxe Craft." That's precisely what I said.
Frankie. All right.
So, now they're worried. Like I said, the only one that's...
Frankie. All right.
So
now they're worried.
So my mic continues. Let's see what I have to say during this. So I now have to compare what I was saying outside to what they were saying inside.
Oh, now they're worried about it not being good without me. How you doing, Zach? How you doing? Oh, now? Oh, no.
Oh, this is fun. I think we have to include this. Actually, so I might use both. The last time I did this was in the when John went to go get a spoon from the other room.
Oh, now they're
worried about it not being good without me. How you doing, Zach?
I'm gonna keep that whole thing. It's funny.
I'll be watching Backlash. I'll be on Slack. I'm interested. I don't keep up with the weekly shows. That's sort of the problem. So I need to be caught up when these
The
papers
further
come
away
out.
I am, the more I cut out.
I don't even know who's on SmackDown. I think maybe
I'm just talking to Zach about
Maybe
wrestling
Ambrose.
on the mic.
Ambrose versus somebody.
You can start to hear Nina pick up on my mic from the other house.
Hey!
All right, so now let's see what they were saying during that whole thing.
All right.
So this one is like I said, is the only one that's I have a little hope for.
Yeah, you have a little hope of that. Well, let me just say, Nina.
Okay.
This
I'll be watching back.
mix right
I'll be on
here,
Slack.
Onion powder,
Like,
Ambrose.
it could.
only in my brain.
right one, and
This is
we'll edit it out and find the right one.
How you doing, Zach?
well. Let me just say, Nina.
This mix right here, what this looks like to me is the mix that goes...
Me is the mix that goes. This looks like to me. What? What this looks
looks like to me is the mix that goes in ramen.
It's all turmeric.
That's what's giving, turmeric and paprika. That's all that is.
Yeah, mix that goes
It's
in
all
ramen.
It's all turmeric.
That's what's giving turmeric and paprika. That's
Turmeric and turmeric and paprika. That's all that is.
Yeah,
It's
and mostly turmeric.
onion powder, turmeric, and paprika.
So
And paprika powder, onion.
So she really only needs to say it once, so I'm just kind of looking for the best time.
Turmeric. Onion powder, turmeric, and paprika.
So they're not really trying to do anything with like cashew cheese. Turmeric, not turmeric.
it might be.
I don't know. Like actually, I never thought of that. It could be.
Never heard
it said aloud. Only in my brain.
Frankie will edit it out and find the right one, and he will replace everything with the.
I mean, it is kind of impressive.
Now they want me to... Nina has called me out that I need to find the correct pronunciation of turmeric or turmeric. So let's see if Google will tell me. Shall we? I don't even know how to spell it, so. Got it. Turmeric. Right? Turmeric pronunciation. How to pronounce turmeric.
Turmeric. Turmeric. Turmeric.
So, she's pronouncing it wrong, but we have an opportunity to help her because EJ asked about it on the actual show.
Turmeric. Onion powder, turmeric, and paprika.
So they're not really trying to do anything with like cashew cheese.
Turmeric, not turmeric.
Cashew cheese.
And paprika.
Cashew cheese.
Turmeric, not turmeric.
It might be.
I don't know. Like, actually, I never thought of that.
It could be.
Never heard it said aloud. Only in my brain.
Frank might be.
I don't know. Like.
And paprika.
Cashew cheese.
Turmeric, not turmeric.
It might be.
I don't know. Like, actually, I never thought of that.
It could be.
Never heard it said aloud. Only in my brain.
Frankie will.
You see what goes into this?
I don't know. Like,
Frankie will edit it out and find the right one. It might be.
I don't know. Like,
Frankie will edit it out. It might be.
Siding guys here, Nina. We have a guy today that's giving us an estimate on re-siding our house. What do you think about that?
Frankie will edit it out and find the right one, and he will replace everything with the.
I mean, it is.
Replace everything with.
Yeah. So what I'll do is I'll find a clip of somebody pronouncing it properly. I don't think that HuffPost has it. Oh, they do.
Turmeric.
Turmeric. Let's check this out. I'm going to use a little software called ScreenFlow to record that.
Turmeric.
There you go. And then, this is going to be cool. Nina's in the room with me, you guys. Would you like to say hello? She's about to go for a run. This is Nina. You know her from the TV.
From the TV.
We are editing a clip of her today.
From the computer TV.
How many miles are you running today, Donald?
10 miles.
10 miles. And she would run 10 miles, and I would run 10 miles more.
You're not going to run 10 miles.
Hell no. So I'm gonna put this little clip that I just recorded in a little assets folder. And enjoy your run. Thank you. That was the part I was most curious about, all the random clips you splice in. Well, Zach's making jokes. It's not the turmeric. It's very funny.
He will replace everything with the everything.
Everyone's saying hi to Nina now. But she's gone because there's a delay. Check this out, you guys are gonna like this. Now I put all, because I want to be able to select all of these and color correct them at the same time. I always put the sort of third-party clips in a different audio, a different video track. Now watch this. It's gonna be cute.
We'll replace everything. Everything.
Turmeric.
See, it's cute. Told you.
Replace everything. Replace it.
Bye, Jay. So yeah. Oh look, it's John O'Brien making the assets joke that I considered making but didn't because I'm classy.
Everything.
Turmeric.
I mean, it is kind of impressive. Oh, look who decided to join us!
You guys making a shot?
Impressive.
So me re-entering is probably a bit cleaner after after kind of going away from the show to show this clip. I kind of like the way that works.
Oh, look who decided to join us!
You guys making a shot?
Yeah, this is where they do this is like the walk. Dinner party.
So I'll leave it to you guys. Do I include me hugging John to get by him, or is that like way too weird? I think it might be funny enough to leave it. What do you think?
Yeah, this is where they do this is like the walk. Dinner party. This is when like
The start with the walk on and the audience, you know. No, I was just saying, this looks like the kind of stuff you get in a ramen packet, not cheese mix.
It's like the kind of stuff you get saying this.
Everything.
Turmeric.
Oh, look who decided to join
You guys
us!
making a shot?
Yeah, this is where they do this is like the walk. Dinner party. This looks like the
Kind of stuff you get in a ramen packet, not cheese mix. Looks like mustard to me.
So this one, the first
Mustard
time
be
I heard
annoying.
of this one is Frankie.
ramen packet, not cheese mix.
Looks like mustard to me.
So this one, the first
Mustard
time
be
I heard
annoying.
of this one is Frankie tracked down a young woman who was reviewing like 17 vegan macs at the same time.
Oh, yeah,
Mixed them all in a big bowl. Cooked
Who was reviewing down a young woman. One is Frankie. One is.
So now she's referring to this other clip.
Mix.
Frankie tracked down a young woman who was reviewing like 17 vegan macs at the same time.
Oh, yeah. It's
Mixed
okay.
them all.
Zach says, but you'll magically be on the other side. Well, I think the audience understands that the editing can happen. It is allowed. It's, you know, it's documentary style to some degree. It's not narrative where every motion needs to be explained.
Same time.
Oh, yeah.
Mixed them all in a big bowl, cooked all the pastas together, and then
That is the wrong.
Mixed them all in a big bowl, cooked all the pastas together, and then
That is the
individual
wrong
sauces.
way.
I'm going to cut that clip in. I have to. How could I not? So I'm going to go to YouTube, and I'm going to search for vegan macaroni and cheese. I don't think that's her. How will I find it? There's so many. I noticed that we're not even like close to the top views. Ain't that just the worst? I think it's Taste Test. No, yeah, this is the one. This young lady. Look at that, man! 22,000 views, and we're piddling along with 1 to 2 to 3, if we're lucky. And she's barely editing this. You know, it's one big long shot. So I'm using YouTube viewer or YouTube downloader, excuse me, to download this. I see that I've accidentally done it twice. So I'll just let that download. It'll take a little while, and we'll get back to.
Wrong way.
She kind of, sort of, at the beginning qualified it as like, I know this isn't the best way, but it's all I got because I only have these made. Oh, Nina's disgusted.
Neighbor.
going on now? Somebody's trying to reset my Twitter password. Yeah, I'm getting hacked mid-stream. Terrible. Oh, Kevin Killian, you've shared this Annihilator Craft Dinner song with me mid-stream. I appreciate that. Do you need to get permission when you use clips from other YouTubers? I don't know. It's always been short enough that no one's ever taken an issue with it. It's not fair, Frankie. Criminally underviewed. I evangelize BoxMac and Rick whenever possible. I appreciate that, guys. I think it's more about exposure. I never saw BoxMac until seeing EJ's Game of Thrones reviews, and now I'm hooked. Well, Dirty, you're an extreme example. Because what happens is somebody finds EJ's Game of Thrones reviews, they end up loving them, and then they see that we put out all these weird mac and cheese reviews, and then we lose those subscribers that we gained. So we have like some disparate content problems, but you know what? We like being in the same box. Girlfriend and I found it out the same way. Oh, cool.
Way. Oh, Nina's disgusted.
It's gonna be so.
Nina's disgusted.
It's gonna be so terrible. I don't even want to show John because he's gonna be so upset. Let me see how this happens. This is gonna be a Nina and Frankie. Continue talking. White and brown rice flour.
Okay, white and brown rice flour.
How do you know it's gonna be bad?
See how like John's reaction of should come right on the heels of her saying flour as opposed to that hang time. I learned about BoxMac through my friend Jose, who's also on Reddit. Well, yes, thank you. Yeah, we're getting people from all different kinds of avenues. You know, you guys probably found the Game of Thrones stuff through Reddit as well. That's where that got a boost. And last year, BoxMac got a big boost on Reddit. Reddit seems to be the key. The problem is that if we post too much, or even if the fans post too much, Reddit bans the channel. Like right now, if one of you tried to post an episode on /videos, which is where we would get like all of the views, yeah, it would be deleted. I got hooked immediately, although I was admittedly skeptical. Now that probably your skepticism and everybody else's skepticism. Because I get a lot of comments that are like, I can't believe I like this. That gives me the sense that there's something wrong inherently with the marketability of what we do. I think I heard about BoxMac through Cool Duder. Yeah, thank you, Cool Duder. He gave us kind of one of our first boosts. Hey, I was the guy who originally asked for this way back. Well, Josh, here it is. Thank you for asking for it, because here it is. And the 19 of you can enjoy it.
Oh, it's those noodles, but they look worse than noodle normal.
The noodle.
They look worse than noodle normal.
Noodles are the size of your face.
All right, Nina's little joke there is definitely good enough to include.
And I like your face.
Ben White says, yeah, I found it on Reddit and started devouring content. That's very cool of you, Ben. You are a rare breed in as much as you've branched out and looked at all of our other content, which you know, we have podcasts, we've done animations. One of our very early successes was we did a cartoon called Lord of the Rings by George Lucas back in like 2002 that got some notoriety. If anybody's seen the documentary People versus George Lucas, I was featured in that because we had made that cartoon and it had blown up a little bit in early YouTube days. We've made independent feature films. We make a lot of content besides just mac and cheese reviews. That's probably how we got as good at editing as we did. We've been filmmakers for years and years and years. Devour reference. That's kind of funny.
Face. And I like your face, but I don't like these noodles. I like your face, and your face. And I like your face, but I don't like these noodles.
Some jokes work better in the wide shot, honestly, where you're kind of like distant from the joke. It's just something that somebody murmurs. Some jokes work better in a close-up, where you don't necessarily see the person saying it. You're looking at an object. Or some jokes work. Obviously, I talked about muting mics. So you know, and I talked about punching in on the 4K footage, so you can make most jokes work if you have enough data, and we tend to.
Noodles.
Oh, face noodles.
All right, but we got look how well labeled.
Okay.
You like labels.
I do, but I don't like the pasta.
It says gluten-free vegan yellow cheddar. It says gluten.
I like when anybody takes on John's affect, you know. It says cheddar.
Noodles. It says gluten-free vegan yellow cheddar.
All right.
Brown rice pasta. Now, what's the main ingredient that's seasoning it, though? I mean, that's claiming to bring us cheese flavor. We've got pea protein powder, your favorite thing. Sure.
Would you say mac and cheese is your bread and butter?
Cheddar. Pea protein powder, your favorite thing.
Sure. High
Sunflower
protein?
oil. Organic corn. Pea protein powder, your favorite thing.
Sure.
Sunflower
protein?
oil. Organic.
Organic cornstarch. Paprika extract. There appears to be no flavoring in this.
See how the camera starts to move and I start to do some activity? That tells me right there that on the second pass, that's going to end up being a wide shot.
Organic cornstarch. Paprika extract. There appears to be no flavoring in this.
See how that actually works when it's in the wide shot?
No flavoring!
I don't see anything that's going to give us flavor except for salt. Oh my god. All right, Rose End Organic.
Rose End. Anything that's... I don't see... I don't see anything that's going to give us flavor except for salt.
Oh my god. All right, Rose End Organic. Rose End. Please just have some regular ass pasta. What you doing there?
Organic.
Rhodes End.
Please just...
Rhodes End.
Please just have some regular ass.
Regular ass. I'll cut it there. It'll be even funnier if she just says regular ass.
Pasta.
What you doing there?
All right, look how great these noodles
Ass
look.
pasta comes from an ass of an animal.
These noodles.
Ass pasta comes from an ass of an animal.
This might be the only thing Rhodes End has ever done.
Look, it's got
correctly.
a nice little sachet of pasta there.
This might be the
Ass of an animal.
A nice little
A nice little sachet. Gluten-free vegan yellow cheddar. There's a vocal clip for EDM if I've ever heard one.
Of an animal.
A nice little sachet of pasta there, but it's gluten-free, right? Right?
No, I don't think so.
No,
it's organic.
Okay.
Don't you take issue?
No, I don't think so.
No,
it's organic.
Okay.
Don't you take issue with John's usage of the word sachet?
Yes.
What's wrong with word sachet? Usage. Do you take issue with John? Don't you take issue with John?
I don't think so.
Don't you take issue with John's usage of the word sachet?
Yes.
What's wrong with sachets?
Sachets.
I think she thinks that you made it up. I mean, obviously the word sachet is real, but that you like that's a conventional word for this. How did you get on this topic?
No, the thing I took issue with was when he specifically named them sachet mat.
Issue with was when he specifically.
So I was trying to make the BoxMac intro theme my ringtone, but I couldn't find a way to. Any suggestions? Well, do you have the MP3? It is on the website. If you go to music, BoxMac music, it's there, and you can download the MP3 of it. And then I would just Google, convert MP3 to ringtone. There's lots of. I think it's a pretty easy thing to do. So that would be my suggestion.
Sachets. He specifically named them sachet mat.
And if you go to the website, not only do you get there's like the there's the one that you hear every there's that one. There's the you might barely know me and I kind of know you with the vocals, and then there's a version without the vocals, which is just John Hunt's beautiful orchestration of a very sitcom-y song. As much as I appreciate the royalty-free music that we use every week, I think that the original song we wrote for the Christmas episode is really the one.
Sections. He specifically named them Statute Max. Like that was the thing.
Yeah,
like the ones that come in the little packets.
There's a section in the store called Statute Max.
There is.
Get British on the phone.
Get British on the phone.
EJ is doing a lot of pivoting around this point, a lot of camera motion. He's probably struggling to keep all three people in the frame, so we'll probably end up leaning heavily on the wide shot around this point. The intro, the one that I was singing, that's royalty free, but the BoxMac, your parents cut you off. Dirty, I know you're a new fan, so you got to maybe you have a big backlog to go through. But if you haven't seen the Halloween episode and the Christmas episode, we went for broke, son. And you know, the Christmas one has an original song in it, which I kind of consider the official BoxMac song, really. And a little teaser for you people watching the stream. Big old Halloween show that we're planning right now. We're gonna be shooting in like 2 or 3 weeks, and I'm a little nervous about it because there's a lot that needs to come together in a very short amount of time. But I'm really excited. And there's gonna be like all of the content during October is gonna be Halloween based. Just so you know.
Get British on the phone.
Array of hope, gentlemen.
Okay.
Organic semolina hope. Array of hope. Array of hope, gentlemen.
Okay. Organic semolina flour. So it's just wheat flour.
Could be organic semolina flour. So it's just wheat flour.
Could be good pasta then.
It's always a little bit difficult to figure out, you know, just how much technical jargon to include in any given. Some people are kind of here for that because they're foodies or something like that, and then some people just want to see the jokes. So I try to keep it balanced. All right, I have that vegan taste test is now available. I can find a good clip. Oh, thank you, Andrew. I've spent hours on the site. All the blogs and editorials are super interesting. I appreciate that. And I happen to know that you own all the Blu-rays, which contain a great deal of that same content. And we take great care with our Blu-rays. We like to put together really deluxe, awesome content. I'm going to sneeze any second now. Thank you.
Ass. Order your favorite woman who was reviewing like 17 vegan Macs at the same time. Mix them all in a big bowl.
Need it.
So there's the cut. And we can just, crap. That's like the worst. Then we can just kind of push all these out of the way. Pull in our vegan taste test. Make sure that it's scaled to frame. Why is it taking so long to show up in the noodle? Yeah, man, I can't plug redcowentertainment.com enough. You're gonna, if you watch the After Hours episode that's airing tomorrow, which should be really great, you'll see the harrowing tale of me hiring a series of foreigners to try to get that.
Say cheese. Cheese with.
Jesus, she's loud.
With a Z makes more sense.
Cheese with a Z, eh? Somebody's from Canada.
That are really hot.
I think when she's done talking about them, yeah, here we go.
Because I only have one pot, I'm gonna cook the same noodles and just. I think because.
So there's her explanation of her idiotic. Does Andrew have the book? Get the book. I think I sent him the book. Thank you, John. I also, I wrote a book, folks, about filmmaking, and the 12 people who have read it in the whole world. People don't read, I've noticed. They really have given us a lot of really great feedback, which is really nice. You can also watch all the movies they made for free. Not sure if you need to sign up for an account though, but things are still free nonetheless. Yeah, for the indie films you have to sign up for an account. We kind of just give those away. But if you want to be cool to us, you can rent a couple of them on YouTube, and you can of course buy the DVDs and Blu-rays.
Because I only have one pot,
I'm gonna cook the same noodles and just add different sauces to them? Or should I just mix it all together?
Yeah, just cook all the noodles.
All the noodles together? We're gonna need a bigger pot for this.
That's such a stupid way of tasting mac. I'm sorry. I don't mean to be snobby about this. I don't. But, goodness. I bet her comments are just loaded with hate.
Because I only have one pot, I'm a bigger pot for this.
Oh, Nina's disgusted.
White and
Pretty good pasta then.
Yep. What's making it flavorful?
Enriched nutritional yeast, so the thing that it's typically used.
That's the normal thing you put in when you're gonna make your cheese?
Let me ask you something. Yellow mustard seed. Yeah, I was wondering about the mustard, when that was going to show up, because mustard kind of showing up in here. So what is your favorite non-cheese? I have high hopes for this. What's your favorite non-cheese term? Cheese with a Z and no E at the end?
I have high hopes for this.
What's your
Yeah, Zach's asking who has one pot, referring to that taste tester. I agree, because that kitchen looks pretty big to me. What's going on with one pot? We actually, it is in audiobook form, and John writes asides. We're talking about the somebody said, got to make it an audiobook narrated by John. There is an audiobook version of that, and I'm going to link you in the chat right now, because you guys are just so cool to have shown up to the stream. You're going to get little surprises throughout the stream. How about that? Little treats. So yeah, it's not all narrated by John, but he wrote some asides, and they're in there. So boom, just copy that in. I'm definitely planning on buying BoxMac Blu-rays and Red Cow DVDs when I'm able. Cool. Well, until you are able, watch them for free. We're certainly not making money off this stuff.
pasta then? What's your favorite non-cheese term? Cheese with a Z and no E at the end? Uncheddar or trees?
Now I don't like trees because
they do have a whole different ones.
yeah. Well, they're not gonna say cheese.
Mm-hmm.
They could say cheese.
They're not gonna say cheese.
Mm-hmm.
EJ got a little bit of
They're not gonna say cheese.
a nice close up there, and so I'm just gonna kind of throw that at the end of the timeline, and it will be kind of like a little work area later, where I'll kind of sprinkle close ups in when necessary. Some of the fans have complained that we don't put enough close ups in; they want to see something, so we try to be better about that. This girl is ruining her poor noodles. That's like a bad porno. John.
Trees.
Mm-hmm. Well,
They could say cheese. They could say cheesy flavor.
They could, but they don't.
A cheesy flavor.
They
could say cheese. They could say cheesy flavor.
They could, but they don't.
Or cheesy or cheese-ish.
Or creamy, which is what Annie said.
What will I learn? All right, hold on, I'm labeling. I got a system.
Get a good look at this weird thing.
Big. Mad. Are they labeled? Are you gonna remember that that's? I've also written it on
The box.
Yeah. So there's another EJ close up that I'll just kind of throw at the end here, so I have them. As you can see, I'm pretty quick.
But they don't.
We're finally getting the system down. 312 episodes.
So that link I threw in there for you for the audiobook, it's like 8 hours. And you can get like a pretty good story of Red Cow. Maybe not every story, but lots of stories. Say cheese. Everyone with an Android phone just randomly took a photo.
different system than even last time. But it works. Okay. I think no. So I don't know if we are this.
You said a belch. So these all
Down.
312 episodes.
It's a different system than even last time. But it works. Okay. I think no. So I don't know if we are this.
He said a belch.
So these all take. Oh, not this one. So every one of them is going to take a butter or margarine substitute.
Did you bring some with you?
I got the Earth Balance.
Okay.
And I got the.
This is them kind of working out logistics. I do want the audience to know we used Earth Balance, but they don't necessarily need to watch us work it out. So cutting straight to Nina saying, I got the Earth Balance.
But they don't.
I got the Earth Balance.
Okay.
See? That's good. When vegans are taking pictures, do they say cheese or cheese? That's very funny. See, that's why we keep Zach around. He's a funny dude.
And all of them are going to take.
Oh, I see that Jacob Manhart thought that Zach was making a good dad joke. Maybe as I get older, dad jokes become actually funny to me.
And all of them are going to take
an almond milk, except for this one, which is just scaring the crap out of me. This Namaste one is
almond milk, and all.
Okay.
And all of them are going to take.
Yeah. So her talking like that. I think
But they don't.
I got the Earth Balance.
Okay.
And all of them are going to take an almond milk except for this one, which is just scaring the crap out of me. This Namaste one is just water.
I think that's...
Milk except for this one, which is just scaring the crap out of me.
That should tighten that up a little.
For this one, this Namaste one is just water. An almond milk except...
This probably won't work, but let's see. She'll say accept, and then we'll cut to a different clip.
Except this Namaste one is just...
It works. It works for us.
Water.
And the Earth Balance.
And her saying, this scares the crap out of me. We don't need that because her face tells us everything. And her face tells us that it scares the crap out of her, right?
So, I'm going to stop
Prepping. This maybe.
Andrew says, I prefer goldfish over Cheez-Its, to be honest. Me too. Especially if we're talking Flavor Blasted. If we're talking Flavor Blasted, sign me up.
Oh, but we should get some noodles.
What is he saying?
stop prepping this, maybe. Oh, but we should get some noodles.
Can we?
I'm starting to overheat.
Can we what? I'm just moving.
Okay. This goes in the big pot. Namaste in the big pot. Goes in the big pot.
So now when she says goes in the big pot, she's talking about the Namaste one, which she was referring to in the last clip. The Alistair G. Frankie, man, what's up? Remember me? Yeah, man. You were all over the last stream. Welcome back.
Water. Goes in the big pot. Namaste in the big pot. Namaste in the big pot.
Namaste in the big pot.
Namaste in the big pot.
Namaste in the big pot.
Namaste in the big pot. Namaste. I'm trying to keep this a show here. Is that a mantra? A yoga mantra? No, this was a Johnny song at one point. Yeah, I understand, but we could turn it into a yoga. Something in the big pot. Whenever I think Namaste, I think of Lost.
Something in the big pot.
Whenever I think Namaste, I think of Lost, like the Darwin Initiative.
EJ starts talking about Lawson. None of us have seen it, so I think maybe that won't be kept.
They would say Namaste at the end of the creepy videos. Anyway.
Yeah, I've seen that show.
John goes,
Nobody's seen that show.
I haven't seen it.
But you can insert a clip here.
hell no.
Oh, is that something John's only allowed to say? I'm not allowed to order
Nobody
clips.
insert a clip. Yeah.
Shut up.
Conversation out.
Shut up.
All right, so he just threw so much salt on that spoon that I can't let that go. I'm gonna zoom in on that.
Shut up.
And it doesn't need to be synced to that audio, so maybe I'll do something else with it. Let's see. Namaste in the big pot. Yeah. Is this still entertaining? You guys learning anything? Is this I know people like to watch video game streams, but video editing streams, I don't know. Yeah, look at that. It's not quite framed right though. So we'll fix that. I really want to see that salt get assaulted. Yeah, Andrew, you're confused about which Macs need milk and which don't. I mean, I should have bought some Mac for editing this, just like to play up the BoxMac theme. I feel like it's been a while since I've saved this thing, which is probably not even true, but I'm gonna save it right quick. Jesus, that's a lot of salt. So hopefully I can play something under that.
Shut up.
Oh, John, you will like that the Namaste one does specific.
John, you...
Hopefully she's about to say something interesting because I can put that under her. Right, that's kind of a cool little transition.
Pop.
Josh Gallagher says, "I'm astounded by how complicated this is." Yeah, it's good editing is not like a simple thing.
John, you will like that.
I'm not implying that I'm a good editor. Oh, I think I'm good. Look who it is up in the chat. It's John Hunt. Junt himself, ladies and gentlemen. A round of applause for John Hunt. I'm learning how talented you are. The fact that you can do all this and stay focused while chatting with everyone is amazing. Thank you. Well, Malcolm McDowell, 10,000 hours to greatness, I worked as a promo editor. Watching editors do their thing is mesmerizing. Thank you. You're so sweet. Watching on my phone, so can't see all the details. When it's supposed to, I'll watch later. Zach kind of wants some Mac. Zach, why don't you bring me some Mac? That'd be hilarious. You could go out and buy some Mac. Bring it to me. I'll pay for the whole thing. You know where I live. Come on by, man.
Big pop. John, you will like that the Namaste one does specifically say.
So see how that works? You guys see that now, like that junky clip of him pouring salt all over the spoon now plays under Nina's clip, and it looks like continuous motion.
In the big pot. John, you will like that the Namaste one does specifically say salted
too much
water.
Salt. I put too much salt.
Well, you sure did.
The one does specifically say salted
too
water.
Much salt. I put too much salt.
No shit.
Oh yeah, Nina saying no shit is necessary.
No shit.
And then cut right before EJ's camera starts getting wonky, and you guys want to see how I do a bleepa, a bloopa, a bloppa, a beep, because shit is considered one of those higher ranked swears in TV, and we try to keep this family friendly, at least the actual shows. I think I've been swearing during this, so my apologies to the families. When's the next episode of Junt's Cart, and where will it take place? We've got 2 in the can, Mikey D. One of them is Grandma's Attic 3, which if you've seen the other 2 Grandma's Attic, they're church fairs. And it's kind of about the decline of a once great church fair. That'll be airing this Tuesday. And then there's another one of John buying flowers, and that'll be airing the following Tuesday. How do you like that?
No shit. No shit.
So Premiere has a prepackaged bars and tone. I actually just use their bars and tone. It's preset for a frame. I like, so I think sometimes beeps are actually funnier than the actual swearing. But I like to keep it tight, so that you can clearly hear what swear she was going for.
No shit. No shit.
I think that works well. I checked John's channel, and the first thing I see uploaded is Orange Tabby Cat licks wife's pussy. Oh my god. Is that are we sure that that's a video in John Hunt's channel? If so, rude. I need to confirm this. No, I just see a bunch of liked videos, and almost all of them are our stuff. There's like a postmodern jukebox. I don't see any pornish videos on there. You're out of your mind. You're out of your mind.
No shit.
You didn't mean it real. Nina unplugged. Nina unplugged. Nina off the hook. Nina
Unplugged. Real. You didn't.
One tough thing about editing is looking at yourself a lot. You start to feel pretty crappy about whatever state of fat or ugly you feel that you are while you're editing, which is unpleasant. But
You didn't Nina real. Nina unplugged.
Nina unplugged. Nina off the hook. Nina off script.
6 episodes in, I'm bringing it. 6 episodes in, I'm bringing it.
The hook. Nina off script.
I think that clap is where it should end.
6 episodes in, I'm bringing it.
I don't know how many episodes I've been on. Yeah, I don't know. We can try to stand around and think.
About things in general.
I could try.
We need to already start stirring the terrible noodles. Remember how they clump together?
Give John a task, would you?
Already start.
So you can see that we've, up to this point, in the last hour and a half, we've edited just about 4 minutes of footage. And there's 29 minutes now of Raw, so subtract 4 from that. So there's still about 25 minutes left of footage to go through, which is encouraging. It means that the episode will probably, I would predict this episode will run at about 11 minutes or 12 minutes. Let's see if I'm right. Frankie. Welp, I can't send the link, huh? I think Ash Davis was going to send this strange porn link to me. That'd be a hell of a thing to put on the stream. The moths are dormant. They're talking about the winter moths in the chat. Oh no! Oh, John O'Brien's channel is porn. Yeah, I was gonna say John does not have porn on his channel.
We need to
already start stirring the
terrible noodles. Remember how they clump together?
Give John a task, would you?
I tried to promise myself I wouldn't overheat today.
I tried to promise.
Now, this is a lot of episodes. So, I worry that as we get into the fall and it cools off for a lot of people, that all the talk about how hot it is on the show is going to become less relevant, and people are just going to think that John overheats at all times of the year. But we shot all these, like this was shot last weekend where it's still kind of hot here in New England in early September. And so it's reasonable without AC that John would be this hot. So the release schedule and talking about the heat is something that I'm aware of, and I wonder if, I guess we'll see, depending on how funny it is, how much of John being hot gets factored into that.
I tried to promise myself I wouldn't overheat today, and I did. Overheat today. I did.
Him saying I promised myself I wouldn't overheat is really funny to me. Because I don't think it's something you really get to promise yourself or not.
Overheat today. Were you telling yourself that before you went to bed last night? I'm going to try really hard to not overheat.
I'm going to try really hard to not overheat. I won't overheat. I won't.
That's right. It's John saying he wouldn't overheat today because it's nice and cool in our neck of the woods.
I won't overheat. I won't. I won't.
No matter how hard I try.
Shut
I'll overheat.
Overheat. Oh, not overheat. But I do overheat. John is overheating, shutting down. I just can't do it. It wouldn't be noodle. Well, don't.
Nice. John's got his AC coming in a week from Monday.
I just can't do it. It wouldn't be noodle.
Well, don't look
Don't look at the sad noodles. They'll just get you depressed. Look at those nice little shells. They are looking very pretty. The shells look pretty. I don't remember. I think the Rose End was just tasted like nothing, like water, right? Was this one of those cold nothings? One of those taste like plain water? Yeah. Nina, I need you to give me a spiel. Yeah, spiel. On how much I need to cut butter. So Frankie can put it in the stock. Hey, you know what I'm going to do? For the namaste.
day. It's 3 tablespoons.
Okay. Let me,
I'm going to use the redcowntentertainment.com website.
Oh, Christ.
To do a search for box.
Oh, well plugged. Some native advertising.
I'm going to use the.
Let me,
I'm going to use the redcowntentertainment.com website.
Oh, Christ.
To do a search for BoxMac Nina, and I can tell you every episode she's been on.
Oh, they're smart.
That's one of the things you can do with that website. It's pretty awesome.
All right, how much for the next one? What a great service.
The Costa Riso, it's going to be... Oh, I don't even know.
No.
Okay, I can give them all to you anytime you're ready.
Whenever you like.
2 tablespoons.
2 tablespoons. And how much for the last one?
It's some tiny amount that's not going to make you happy.
0.
Quarter of a gram. Everybody gets the jokes except for him. He doesn't know his own show. Oh no, I think it's just almond milk. Just almond milk? I promised myself I wouldn't overeat. You need a cup of water for this? Is it cold down there? No, Frankie. I don't want to bring...
There's an interesting conversation about cream corn going down in the chat. I suspect that you guys totally forgot the almond milk here, and I've been using it. Oh, well, has it been any good, John?
The cooling disc's out.
I have to. All right, you want to...
Out.
No, Rick. down there? Is it cooler? Is it cooler down there?
No, Frankie.
I don't want to bring the cooling down. I don't
No.
cooling. I don't want to. I don't want to bring the cooling discs out, but I think I'm gonna have to. All right, you want to hear cooling discs out?
But I think I'm gonna have to. All right, you want to hear what? No, this third one has no words down. Yeah. Where have I been? BoxMac 6, Vegan Max, Season of the Witch.
Ben. Where?
So we got I got interrupted here. Let's see if it works.
I'm going to use the redcowentertainment.com website.
Oh, Christ.
To do a search for BoxMac Nina, and I can tell you every episode she's been on.
Oh, they're smart.
Is it cooler down there?
Yeah, I think it works.
I don't want to bring the cooling discs out.
Where have I been?
BoxMac 6, Vegan Max.
Season of the Witch. Okay.
BoxMac 16, Vegan Max.
Season of the Witch. Okay.
BoxMac.
I'm hungry for BoxMac too, you guys.
Witch.
BoxMac 16, gluten-free Max. BoxMac 16, gluten-free Max.
BoxMac 17.3 Halloween commentary.
BoxMac 17.3
Halloween commentary. Well.
She played like the NP in the Halloween show. That sort of counts. But in terms of co-hosting, I think I'm gonna remove it, omit it. So, vegan.
Season of the Witch.
BoxMac 16, gluten-free Max.
Witch.
BoxMac 16, gluten-free Max. Vegan Max, gluten-free Max. The holiday special.
Oh, where have I been?
BoxMac 6, Vegan Max.
Season of the Witch.
Vegan Max, gluten-free Max. Vegan Max.
Try not to repeat information.
Season of the Witch.
Gluten-free Max. The holiday special. Fancy Pants Max. Vegan 2.
Yeah.
4th of July and Horizon.
John chugging back there.
Oh, I really did end up on all this shit. 1, 2.
Really did end up on all this. Ooh, I really did end up on all the shit episodes.
1, 2.
Nina with the shit again.
Ooh, I really did end up on all the shit.
I would love to just know that we're still recording here. Very good.
All the shit episodes.
1, 2, 3,
4, 5, 6,
7. You've been on 7.
I was
7. You've been on 7.
I was pretty
7
close.
shows. That's pretty good.
Yes. Pretty
7
close.
shows.
I was pretty
7
close.
shows. That's pretty good.
Yes.
You've been on 7.
I was pretty.
7 shows. That's pretty good.
Yes.
7 shows. That's pretty good.
You've been on 7 episodes.
7 shows. That's pretty good.
Nina was talking about how she was close to her guests, but her I think I cut out her guest, so I didn't want to include that. So I'm muting her audio to make that make sense. What are you all talking about in there? I haven't found the craft-3 cheese without the shells oddly enough. Without shells? The mini shells. I posted, yeah. I have 2 Marie Calendar Max waiting for me, and Devour brand one on sale. Devour and Marie Calendar are pretty good. You guys saw what we thought. I'm with John. It is a bit more of a winter pack.
Pretty good.
Look at what's happening here. This all looks horrible. The rice snack got all terrible and cloudy, as it is wont to do. Yep. The namaste, it's getting a little cloudy as well. The notice she kind of likes to say namaste. I can agree that is the case. Pictures of a
almond milk is optional, but we're gonna use it. We're not gonna use water.
Right, I think that's all good detail.
My hopes for the so I was.
And I will mute our mics, and I will let Nina take center stage.
Oh, so that's pretty good.
I was holding out high hopes for the road's end, but then I found out that there's no earth balance in it, and that the almond milk is optional, but we're going to use it. We're not going to use water.
And that was the road's end problem. I think we used water last time. Frankie! Johnny! What's the matter?
Last time. Water.
Frankie! Johnny!
What's the matter? I'm going to read you from this box. Being real bitchy. I want to be read to from that box. The suggestion says, you can add any number of things in step 2 to make a new creation every time. Oh, great. Try adding bacon, ham.
Every time.
Oh, great. Use it. We're not going to use water.
Frankie! Johnny! Try adding bacon, ham, ground beef, cooked chicken.
And then finally we get cooked broccoli or chopped veggies. Throw that on the porch.
Veggies.
Nina makes an excellent point, and John kind of makes it for her. What are they suggesting meats doing in these specifically vegan Macs? Y'all are going on and on. That's very good. Chef Boyardee has a slight reformulation. Well, it's going to have to not taste like beef stew or like, SpaghettiOs.
Chicken!
Throw that on the porch.
Sorry, I didn't mean to throw it at you, but I'm too lazy to move to an angle that didn't require throwing it at you.
You all get to see that. I don't like it when the tripod is in the shop, but whatever. You all know how the show is produced by this point.
Wait, we may need that for directions. I apologize for my haste. John can just slide by and you get it. Where am I going? Oops, ouch. You okay? Yeah, I didn't do anything. Is your head intact? We don't want to lose a Nina. This is looking so horrible. Why is this happening, John? Tell me.
What's going wrong, Nina? Why throwing it
I sent you the porn link, Frankie. Chat wouldn't let me drop it in here. Yeah, I saw that.
at you?
There's this horrible milky boil.
Milky oil. Oh, it doesn't smell good either.
Ironically, a milky boil in vegan mix.
How's this rice one?
That's disgusting. These look okay. Yeah, the road end is trying to pull through. I need to know. Frankie, you can do this.
Yeah, the road. Road's end is trying to pull through.
I need to know. Frankie, you can do this. I mean, how much milk do we need? Almond milk from Namaste? Yeah. Is it just a cup of water? Is that what it says? Just says right up here on top. I got it. 1 cup of coconut milk. No. Really? Mm-hmm. Oh, you're talking about a curry. Don't make that. Don't do that. No, it's right here. 3. 1 cup of water. Cup of water. That's it, baby. Gross.
3.
1.
Do we need almond milk?
From Namaste?
Yeah. I mean, how much... Frankie, you can do this for me. Frankie, you can do this for me. How much milk do we need? Almond milk.
From Namaste?
Yeah.
What's the shortcut you're using to bring 2 clips in the timeline? To bring together 2 clips in the timeline? If you're referring to when they're separated, like this, and then you just click the blank space and then just hit delete, and it brings them together. For like if I wanted to cut in the center of one, I type C to change to the razor blade, and then you can cut a clip. And if you want to cut all of the clips in the same spot, you hold Shift and do the same.
Stay?
Yeah.
1 cup of water.
Cup of water, that's it, baby.
Gross.
How? There's not enough sauce to absorb a cup of water.
Please procure my 1 cup of disgusting water.
Speaking of gross, yeah. At the very bottom here.
Can we expect BoxMac the musical? There's no plans, but yeah, I could see us doing that. We're musical guys.
One of the ads is speaking of.
Please procure 1 cup of disgusting water. Speaking of gross, yeah. At the very bottom.
A cup of water?
Please procure 1 cup of disgusting water.
Speaking of gross.
Yeah.
At the very bottom here, one of the ads is free from top allergens.
Yeah.
But because I don't tend to read the perimeter first, I just went straight to top allergens. Like it was advertising, like we have all the top allergens.
Peanut.
I think that's funny, but I wanna be quick about it. Let's see if I can make that happen.
Of gross.
Yeah.
At the very bottom here, one of the ads is free from top allergens.
Yeah.
But because I don't tend to read the perimeter first, I just went straight to top allergens.
Like it was advertising, like we have all the top allergens.
Like we have all the top allergens.
Peanut.
Pollen. Shortcuts are hugely helpful. Knowing your way around the platform is hugely helpful, but really, I mean, what makes a good edit is, and that makes a quick edit. What makes a good edit is practice, and you become practiced by getting feedback, seeing what works. A lot of what I'm talking about like making references to jokes that we've already made, or sort of building the story through the edit, cutting on an action, that sort of stuff. That's actually kind of where I think where we're editing is the quality. Dirty says you'd have to put that Warthog song in it. Well, I'd love to say that we invented a line from Hakuna Matata, but that when we said when I was a young warthog, that's from Lion King, Hakuna Matata. We probably don't have the rights to it. I guarantee we don't have the rights to it.
Pollen.
Cat hair. All the top allergens.
all the top allergens.
Crayfish. I don't even want to try these noodles. Can someone try them? What's going on? Frankie, would you sample the noodles? Feed them to me, Nina. Yeah. I will bring you a namaste noodle. Namaste. Nina, you're going to have to try the noodles eventually. You realize that, right? Sure.
I mean, we do bring you on these vegan shows so you can give you a professional.
It needs like 30 seconds. And the noodle's fine. The noodle's good.
Oh, really?
Yep. What's wrong with that noodle?
That noodle is... Ow. Ow, I'm burning myself. That one is wicked not done. Okay. That needs many more minutes. Oh, man. I normally don't come on here and make a mess. That's normally like... John's present. Someone else's job. You're just making more of a cleaning job for yourself. You're just going to have to clean this up later. Aw, that's mean, Pauline. Okay. So Frankie says this namaste one is done. So we can drain these and start making... All right, I'm almost done measuring. So the same goes for that last one I had, 30 seconds. The Roseanne one? It's a fine noodle. The only noodle that I reject is the gluten-free one. Okay. The namaste is gluten-free as well. Oh, yeah. Well, the one that's very obviously gluten-free. The pasta all long and bright white. All right. So this has to be dumped out, and then we have to reuse... I know it's probably very hot. The pot to make a little saucy.
And we have to reuse... All right. So this...
That was a lot of fluff.
All the top allergens.
So this has to be dumped out.
Top allergens.
So this has to be dumped out, and then we have to reuse...
I know it's probably very hot.
The pot to make a little... So this has to be dumped out, and then we have to reuse...
I know it's probably very hot.
The pot.
I know it's probably very hot.
The pot. The pot to make a little saucy. A saucy sauce with water.
Oh.
Little saucy.
A little saucy.
A saucy sauce with water. With water and ramen seasoning mix. You know, we're singing water roux. Oh, we do need 3 tablespoons.
With water and ramen seasoning mix. Sauce with water.
Oh.
With water and ramen seasoning mix.
I wish my water roux joke worked, but I don't think it did.
You know, we're singing water roux. Oh, we do need 3 tablespoons. She was laughing at this if she heard it. I'm sorry. Water roux. Yeah, she got it.
Escape if I want it.
Maybe just having Nina take the joke and, you know, that might be just funny. Slow.
Oh, we do need 3 tablespoons.
She would laugh at this if she heard it.
I'm sorry.
Wateroo. I think it's funny right now.
Saucy. Wateroo.
Yeah.
Couldn't escape if I wanted to.
That's your 3.
Wateroo. No. When my baby's.
That's your 3.
Wateroo. No, when my baby's with me.
I'm all for schnooked.
Is with me.
Yeah, man. They're talking about Bob Evans in there, or John. I see it in the chat. Bob Evans is amazing. I want to try that again. He can't remember what it's called. He just said Bob's. We had that Bob's one we loved.
I'm all for schnooked. That's poor usual.
John has gone useless in this episode. I'm sorry, everyone. I have to keep that. No, did you put that to the It needs a click. 1 cup of water. Well. Whisk in contents of cheese sauce packet. Whisk. And continue stirring until sauce begins to thicken.
In contents of cup of water.
Well.
Schnooked.
Whisk in contents of cheese sauce packet.
Whisk.
And continue stirring until sauce begins to thicken. Now, I don't have a whisk you can use in that pot, but I can give you maybe one of these. There goes the water. Yeah, a cup of water. Something to lube up the mat.
One of these.
There goes the water.
Yeah, need one of these.
Just dumping water in there is just so counterintuitive.
Sauce packet.
Whisk. Need one of these.
There goes the water.
Yeah, a cup of water.
Delicious water.
Something.
A cup of. Yeah. A cup of water. Need one of these.
Watch what I'm going to do here. You're going to like this. Right?
A cup of water.
Delicious water.
Something.
Check it out.
Whisk. A cup of water.
Something to lube up the mat.
Use the water.
Some disgusting water. Lube up the mat.
Use the water.
Some disgusting water.
So what I did there, for those who didn't notice, was when Nina was dumping, I think like Nina dumping in the cup of water kind of tells a story and sort of plays off this joke of like we're lubing the Mac up with water. So the visual is important, but there was no good audio underneath it. But a minute later, John goes, "A cup of water," and so I just played that audio clip under her doing that, and then move right into the next jokes. So again, tighter visuals that are meaningful to audio that's meaningful, right?
Water.
The water-based lube.
Oh, John.
Yes.
Some new fans, as they go through the backlog of shows,
Sure.
they come across your high flow sink and your
Sorry.
your sprayer
Can you cut this open with?
through the backlog of shows. Fans, as they some new fans. Some new fans, as they go through the backlog of shows,
Sure.
they come across your high flow sink and your
Sorry, your sprayer. Can you cut that open with those scissors, please? They want to know what you got for a model. I think I mentioned it on one of the YouTube clips.
See, I'm just trying to get this joke off the ground, but they won't. They just keep coughing or interrupting me with tasks,
high flow sink, and they want
causing more editing.
to know what you got for a model.
I think I mentioned it on one of the YouTube
Comments, didn't I?
John's like, I mentioned it on YouTube. Like, dude, we're trying to put it in a video so that when people watch the video, which is more likely than reading the comments, they'll know what the model is.
It's a Moen. I don't know the exact model name, but I can. I don't know the exact one. It's a. It's a Moen. I don't know the exact model name, but I'll make sure to post it on the Reddits if anyone's interested.
Okay.
I wanted to put it in the actual video, John, not put it on the Reddit. If you can find the model now while you're on the internet, that would be most helpful.
Yeah, I went through a lot of research to find it, so that doesn't smell good, man. Give that a whiff. It's totally cruelty-free. Totally cruelty.
To find it, so...
Oh, that's...
EJ. Now we got everybody in the chat.
It's interesting.
Okay. Oh, that doesn't smell good, man. Give that a whiff. It's totally cruelty-free.
Totally cruelty.
It smells like butt sweat. Oh, it does smell vaguely of butt sweat.
It smells like butt sweat. It smells...
Nina saying it smells like butt sweat. Is it family friendly, folks? I think so. I think that children think butt sweat is hysterical.
It smells like butt sweat.
Oh, it does smell vaguely of butt sweat.
Oh my god. Butt sweat. Cruelty-free.
EJ is back and he's gonna be in trouble. EJ, I'm editing the Mac. Okay, perfect.
Butt sweat.
Nina, this is where I think the episode is really going to start. Business is about to pick up, folks.
Butt sweat.
Wait, whose butt are you smelling?
Mine? I don't know. I used to work as a CNA. There's a lot of butt sweat in my life.
I used to work as a...
Are you smelling?
I used to work as a CNA. There's a lot...
See, EJ, when you stream on YouTube, a few people show up. You gotta stream on YouTube, bro. It's Twitch stuff. I don't know. They don't unless you all have Twitch accounts, in which case maybe we gotta market them better.
I used to work as a CNA. There's a lot of butt sweat in my life.
Oh, it's all clumpy and stuck. There's no whiskiness.
Clumpy and stuck. There's no whiskiness. Oh, guys. I'm just gonna have
I kind of like that I get to just hang back and quit.
Well, you should probably stir this terrible rice one in the middle.
Yeah, could you stir the terrible rice
because it's
one?
Because it's going to be all clumpy. Terrible rice. Stir this. Should probably stir. You should.
Raider Nation says, I love mac and cheese. Thank you. That sort of sums up this entire endeavor, doesn't it?
You should probably stir this terrible...
Andrew, the butt sweat is lubricant for the inevitable toe insertion. Andrew's, of course, referring to our third feature film, Sexually Frank, which features a toe going into, actually Nina's butt. My toe going into Nina's butt. In a comedic scene.
Rice one in the middle.
Even though Nina's not playing the person, but it was Nina's stunt butt.
Yeah, could you stir the terrible rice?
Because it's going to be all clumpy.
Sure. I would love to. Maybe sample a noodle. This is no good. Whatever's happening over here is no good. I'm making the roads end.
This looks stressful. It's not stressful. I'm sure you've answered this before, but what equipment do you use to film the episodes? Could you do a behind-the-scenes nerd out on equipment episode? Yeah, I mean, we kind of all, we have to some degree. But C100 for the wide shot, Panasonic GH4 for the close-ups in 4K, and we use Premiere to edit, and that's kind of it. EJ did a really nice review of the GH4, and he also did a review of the Ninja Assassin monitor that we used on the Halloween episode.
Cheese sauce, and...
You can find all of that on the Red Cow Entertainment channel.
I'm making the Rhodes End cheese sauce.
And I'm not happy about it. I'm not happy about this. Look at this. This looks like a pool that didn't get chlorinated.
I'm not happy about this.
Look at this. Look. Look at this. This looks like a pool that didn't get chlorinated.
Dude, but has some strange bacterial infection, not the kind of thing you
That didn't get chlorinated. Dude.
But has some strange bacterial infection, not the kind of thing you'd normally expect.
I'm getting hungry. Who's with me? I'm thinking Taco Bell, maybe. Wouldn't that be horrible for me in every way? Editing is kind of relaxing. I agree. I don't find it all that stressful. The only thing stressful about it is actually getting everything kind of done in time and banking things far enough in advance that we have a whole schedule and that I can still work on stuff that's not BoxMac, which is almost impossible.
But has some strange bacterial infection, not the kind of thing you'd normally expect.
Like brain-eating amoebas? Yes. Let me see that. So, yeah, we're just starting it. I'm making the sauce here.
The stinky one stinks bad.
Oh, that is stinky.
Making the sauce here.
Now we're just getting into funny smells and stuff, which is pretty easy to edit.
You'd normally expect.
You needed a butt double? Yeah, man. The main actress there she wasn't going to pull her pants down and let me put my toe in her butt. I'm assuming Frankie rather put his toe in her tushy than an actress. Well, yeah, exactly. And it wasn't in the butthole. Let me just be clear. It was like kind of through the fatty butt cheeks.
Expect.
The stinky one stinks bad.
Oh, that is stinky.
Woohoo!
Oh, God, they smell awful. A lot of them. This is the stinky sauce.
This is the stinky sauce. I promised myself I wouldn't overheat.
Stinky sauce. This is...
Promise myself I wouldn't overheat. EJ, you should drive all the way down here and get some Taco Bell with me.
This is stinky sauce.
I promised myself I wouldn't overheat.
I promise.
Or we should go to Random tomorrow and get Taco Bell then.
I promised myself I wouldn't cry when John overheated. Stop crying.
I promise myself.
I'm keeping all of this. This is funny.
I promised myself I wouldn't cry when John overheated. I'm crying.
I'm so sad for John. I promised myself I wouldn't get emotional another day.
Bad for John.
I promised myself I wouldn't get emotional about the vegan max. Vegan max.
Needs sound effects like a morning radio show. What are you talking about? What does?
Yeah, I can't even bear the heat of the stove. I have to back away.
Okay, I can take the namaste back. It's not that hot.
Back away. Oh, I feel the heat. I can't even...
You just call Nina fat. Good thing she's out running, working out the good butt sweat. No, I didn't call her fat. I said, like just the fatty tissue of a butt, like any butt, even the skinniest butt. It's like the fattiest part of the body, right? John can't find the faucet, dude. You're gonna end up making me cut those out. Mac and cheese tacos. That's a more genius idea than I think even you realize, sir. That sounds just like something that Taco Bell would do. Some kind of mutant food.
Oh, about the vegan max.
It would have to be soft shell, right? Or maybe a burrito. Maybe a mac and cheese burrito. Making good progress, folks.
I can't even bear the heat of the stove. I have to get back away.
Okay, I can...
I have to get back away.
Okay, I
can't bear the heat of the stove. I have to get back away.
I can take the namaste back.
It's not that hot, dude.
I'm out of control. I'm
not that hot.
Giving them crap for it not being that hot. It's pretty funny.
It's not that hot, dude.
I'm out of control. I need to cool. I'm gonna overheat.
John's in chat in our Slack channel complaining about the YouTube chat window. He's such a boo-boo.
Frankie, watch your precious little hand.
What happens if you overheat? I get heat stroke. I actually get heat stroke.
Overheat.
Frankie, watch your precious little hand.
What? I'm out of control. I need to cool. I'm gonna overheat.
Frankie, watch your precious little hand.
What happens if a human overheats?
I'll get heat stroke.
You're not gonna actually get heat stroke.
I'm not that far away. I can't cool. This is impossible to cool.
Can we get this out of
It's
there?
like not, that's like John being like oddly medical. I don't think we should include that in the episode.
I guess I'll be laughing a lot less if you actually get heat stroke. But I really don't think you're gonna.
I'm wearing like this heavy outfit that has no ventilation. Does anyone mind if he takes it off?
It has no outfit. Wearing like this
As you can see, I think it's hysterical that John's on the brink of heat stroke.
I'm wearing like this heavy outfit that has. I'm gonna overheat. I'm wearing like this heavy outfit that has no ventilation.
Does anyone mind if he takes it off?
I do.
How about the fans? We do.
Yeah, I like how you're keeping a good distance away from it.
It's starting to look a lot better, I have to say. It's not smelling good.
It's starting to look a lot better, I have to say.
It's not smelling.
Just because it look like a Mac doesn't mean it
doesn't mean it
doesn't mean it tastes like a Mac. Look like a Mac doesn't mean it.
What I'm laughing about there, clearly, is look like a Mac.
doesn't mean it tastes like a Mac.
Seriously. Just because it don't look like a Mecca.
Walking like a Maca.
Mac and cheese.
Take that noodle.
Oh God. Which language goes first?
Would you check that noodle, please?
What, this?
Yeah, it should be done.
All right.
Yeah. Check your roast.
I forgot that that's where we were with this.
Ghost noodle.
Just to focus on John's inability to
do life.
Wow, they are bright white. Look at that.
That is a 3.5 ghost. I give it 3.5 ghost.
They're like translucent.
They're still rock hard.
3.5 ghost noodles.
Wow, they are
noodle, please.
Well, this should be done. All right. Yeah. Check your roast. I forgot that that's where we were with this. Ghost noodle. Just to focus on John's inability to do life. Wow, they are bright white. Look at that.
They are. Like a Mecca. They are bright white. Look at that.
That is a 3.5 ghost. I give it 3.5 ghost.
They're like translucent. They're still rock hard.
They're bright white, they're rock hard. Just jump right to it, you know what I mean?
They're still rock hard. This is what happens. This whole they should be
But then
ready.
they start.
Look at that. They're still rock hard.
This is what happens. This whole they should be ready. They start falling apart. They very quickly.
We just fall apart.
Yeah, they're not.
It
done.
falls apart. It might as well falls apart.
Yeah, they're not.
It
done.
falls apart.
But they should be
But then
ready. They should.
So Nina has to say, and then they start falling apart for John singing to make sense.
Rock hard.
But then they start falling apart. They very quickly just fall apart. They start falling apart.
They're not.
It
done.
falls.
They're not. They're
Apart.
They're not.
It
done.
falls apart.
It
might
falls
as well.
Sorry.
Days gone. It
done.
falls apart.
I tried to join in, I clearly don't know the song.
Sorry.
So I want to give him center stage here.
Days gone and nothing is wasted. Run away, run. Nobody knows the song, but
He's cooling as this happens.
I think John's real cool. We have to cool John's heart with a Cool Island song. That's not a Cool Island song. It's a 90s, like, alternative pop song. We have to heat his... So are these noodles done? Or are we just... No, it's just where they're rock hard. You want to try one? Yeah. Go ahead. I think we're about to overblow. Well, it's clicked into high.
Something is stinking terrible.
Yeah, it's the whole kitchen. It's the whole...
It's clicked into high.
Something is stinking terrible.
It's the whole kitchen. It's the whole works. We've gummed up the whole
It's
works.
the cruelty-free stove. Oh, they're hot. He backs away.
Stinking terrible.
It's the whole works.
Cruelty-free.
She's due in, EJ's wife is due in December, yeah?
As this happens. Oh, they're hot.
John, if you just want to give me the link in Slack, I'll post it in the chat. I didn't seem to have a problem posting a link.
Oh, they're hot. Oh.
Once and for all, this is John's... There, I posted fine for me. That's John's, thing. The Cool Island song, you're going to put a South Park clip in there? Yeah, probably. I think that'd be fun.
He backs away.
How long?
This is John's way. He backs away.
How long did it say to cook those grossos?
I'm waiting to do a reenact.
Oh, okay.
12 minutes.
Wow.
He goes, oh.
Reenacting. This is...
Oh.
And then just that's the end of it. Oh, Frankie. John, take your socks off. Okay. Wait a minute. How did the roads end up so watery when the...
Wait a minute. How did the roads end up so watery when there was so little water to be added?
Nope.
That on the second pass, see how she said that kind of slowly, like, with the water, slowly. Because we're just looking at a pot and I don't have to sync up to her lips, I'll probably just condense that.
Be added.
No, there was quite a bit.
Oh,
Two-thirds
okay.
of a cup. No, there was quite a bit.
Oh,
Two-thirds
okay.
of a cup.
2/3 of a cup.
Oh, no, it was this one. Man, that thing. I got too close to it. It smells bad. We're all going to stink for days. It's like getting sprayed by a skunk. Vegan eating doesn't have to be...
A bit. Two-thirds of a cup. Vegan eating doesn't have to be this way, people.
No, there's lots of...
Have to be this way, people.
No, there's lots of delicious vegan food. We just haven't stumbled on it. It smells...
This way, people.
It smells like a stink, right? Like something's rotting.
It's not as offensive to me as, say, the Camping Max.
It's not.
Be this.
BoxMac is the best show on YouTube. Love from Sacramento. Thank you, Raider Nation. Really appreciate it.
This way, people.
He also says John's cool. Amidst a lot of pee talk about babies, I see.
Cool. It's not as offensive to me as, say, the Camping Max.
Or... We have a really... Oh, the Evil. The truffly Evil. Yeah. I don't think it smells that bad. It does...
It's reminding me of some of the bad smelling... What was the really swampy one we had in the first week? What was... What was the really swampy one we had in the first Vegan Mac episode?
Leahy Guard.
The Leahy Guard. It smells
We've
like
got a 9-pan, a 9-bowl, a 9...
What was the really swampy one we... Max. What was the really swampy one we had in the first Vegan Mac episode?
Leahy Guard.
The Leahy Guard. It smells
We've
like
got a 9-pan, a 9-bowl, a 9... We've got a...
Max.
We've got a 9-pan, a 9-bowl, a 9...
We're going to the nines.
We're dressed to the nine. I got a 9-pan alley. Powsers. Cheese powsers. And is the BoxMac real? No. Do we have any rules about if we have clearly followed the instructions?
If we have clearly followed the instructions and it takes forever, like with the camping max, do we ever cut it off? If we have clearly followed...
Let it.
If we have clearly followed the instructions and it takes forever, like with the camping max, do we ever cut it off? We just gotta cut forever. Cut it off. We just say forever. Do we ever cut it off? We just gotta cut this guy off, right?
And say, well, we gotta try it for 12 minutes. Use 2 burners and straddle them. All right, that is just.
Not Lady Garden, Leahy Garden.
Just gonna go.
All right.
Well, this is what always happens with these. We end up. One of the comments will be the pasta's not done.
The whole thing is a big compromise anyway. Let's just compromise even further.
Compromising the fans' time.
Why are the fans even?
Jesus Christ. We know. We know you are.
But what
At
am I?
this point, I am. At this point, I am the resident Annie's fan.
Right.
Well, specifically because that one Mac.
Yeah.
Which is not really a cheese.
Just like the money.
I think that's my
You
theory.
think so?
The marketing is great.
The marketing is really good in as much as they've gotten themselves into a whole lot of stores. You ever
Into
go
a
to
whole lot of
you go to the mac and cheese, a whole lot of trouble. You go to the mac and cheese section and you
And
see
make it double.
Annie's. I'm overheating.
Are you? No, you're fine. You're not burdened with the junk lifestyle.
The shake junk.
Frankie is not burdened with the shake junk lifestyle.
Does anybody understand how editing works yet?
So fine cheese.
That will probably go somewhere.
Yeah, it looks like a cheese. Looks like it. Looks like a cheese you might put on your noodles. This is the mac on cheddar. So even if the cheese is good, the noodles are bollock.
Mac on cheddar.
Nina doesn't say bollocks, and it's going to make me very happy. And I think do we still have a UK person in there?
This is the mac on cheddar. So even if the cheese is good, on cheddar.
So, like, see how the way I had it?
So even if the cheese is good,
It cuts at kind of a weird time.
the mac on cheddar.
It's better to cut, like, between sentences. Like so.
Mac on cheddar. So even if the cheese is good, the noodles are bollocks.
Totally toss.
Noodles are bollocks.
There are times where I know for sure I'm not going to be using the wide shot, so I just delete it so that I'm remind myself that I want to use the close up.
Noodles are bollocks, and you're just in trouble.
They're totally jizz.
They're bollocks, and you're just in trouble.
They're
The ass.
Noodles are bollocks.
They're totally jizz.
They're totally.
Well, can we start?
Jizz.
I'm leaving that in.
They're total.
Can we start? Nina, could you be so kind as to serve us the macs? These vegan macs are ass. Are total ass. They're total toss.
Total ass.
They're jizz. They're total toss. The Namaste Mac is obviously a tit. The Namaste Mac is obviously a tit.
I'm just gonna give a little bit.
Cause it's so it's stanky. But it's cheese stank. No, it's not. No, it's spice stank. It's just bollocks stank. It's bollocks. How does that one look, Nina? I need tell me out of the way. A spoon? A pot holder? Yeah. A blunt? A blunt? A shake job lifestyle?
How does that one look, Nina?
I need a
Tell me. Total toss.
I need a
Tell me out of the way.
A spoon?
I need a
Tell me out of the way.
A spoon? A pot holder?
yes. I need
a pot holder?
Yes.
A blunt? A blunt? A shake shot lifestyle?
No, we need the shake shot lifestyle. No. It's getting breezy outside. Oh, they all stink. Maybe we can have a little walk. I think we need to get outside, dress him down, get some hoses, some big...
I think we need to get outside, dress him down, get some hoses, some big ice cubes, and get them all cool.
Just lay me on a big ice cube.
Oh, this...
Dress him.
Walk.
We need more chat up in here. Yeah, chat it up, boys and girl.
I think we need to get outside, dress him down, get some hoses, some big ice cubes, and get them all cool.
Just lay me on a big ice cube.
Oh, so the road end just smells like onion at this point. He turned into a normal sized person. Straight up.
So the road's end just smells like onion at this point.
He turns into a normal sized person.
Straight up onion smell.
Ugh, this one smells gross.
They all smell gross. Can we just evaluate the smell and be done with it? They all...
There's like 9 minutes left of raw footage, which is quite a bit for the ending.
Lay me on a big ice cube. Ugh, this one smells gross.
They all smell gross. Can we just evaluate the smell and be done with it?
Nina,
this is the part where EJ gets the close-ups of each Mac, and I'll just...
You're gonna eat these Macs.
Yeah, Nina has to taste them.
A fork or a faponi?
I like a fork because I'm going to steer one noodle each. I feel like this white rice Mac is blowing out my camera.
It's a very controversial ending to this episode, I'll tell you that right now.
We gotta get this one out of the way.
The rumored scavenger hunt junt sounds amazing. Yeah. It's shot and it's ready to be edited.
This pastorizo
Cheese
vegan mac on cheddar.
I feel like I'm in a...
Even if...
Pot holder?
Yes. I need a...
pot holder?
Yes.
Little toss.
I need it.
Did you, has everybody here gone to the ElmoCam site? If anybody doesn't know, we have, there is a 24/7 live stream of a broken down, decrepit Elmo doll in John's backyard. So you can go to elmo.camera or you can go to the website and it's under the Junt menu. Additionally, the MacDB has continued to be updated. And I have a fan who reached out to me and is going to develop a mobile app out of it. It's going to be pretty cool.
MC2000 is a twat that only produces bollocks. Have I taught you nothing?
But I used the new MC2000.
The new MC2000 is a twat that only produces bollocks. Have I taught you nothing? Your problem's the hardware.
I mean, I could botch it with some motherboards, but it's going to be shagged for a week. It's toss. Oh, God, will the whole system go down? Pardon? Will the whole system be shagged, or can you toss it off?
Well, will the whole system be shagged, or can you toss it off?
John O'Brien's asking for my Macintosh specs. Here they are. We're running Yosemite. We have a 1.7 i7, 8 gigs of RAM, and you might say that's bollocks, but yeah, pretty much that's the truth.
Is their total toss.
The new MC2000 is a twat that only produces bollocks.
Will the whole system be shagged, or can you toss it off?
I need a
pot holder?
Yes.
A blunt? A blunt.
Smell and be done with it.
I'm in a
favorite drink.
like a BoxMac.
Chad Dirks says, evidently I need to get off the couch and do Saturday stuff. I don't think so, sir.
Dream.
I had such high hopes for this, and now I'm just miserable again, and everything is sad. Alright, which one are we gonna try first?
Now I'm just miserable again. I had such high hopes for this, and now I'm just miserable again, and everything is sad. Everything is sad.
Alright, which one are we gonna try first? The vegan. Alright. Let's get this pasta risotto. You better pick that plate. It smells weird.
Let's get this pasta risotto.
You better pick that plate up.
It smells...
Sad. Let's get this pasta risotto.
You better pick that plate up.
It smells weird.
So now I will find the pasta risotto one, which I think is this guy. Yeah, it's got to be. Yep. And I'll cut it in here. You're going to cut it in here?
Let's get this pasta risotto.
You better pick that plate up.
It smells weird.
Like bad water. Nina doesn't normally eat things like this, so really get the camera on her.
Twat.
Weird.
It's not that bad, guys.
What do you mean?
Bad. Guys?
What do you
What do you mean?
It's kind of cheesy. And the pasta didn't
It tastes like pure paper. What do you mean? It tastes like...
We do find that. Wow, that's a modest machine for what appears to be heavy lifting. Well, yes. You know, computers don't need to be overbuilt. But I'm sitting right next to a desktop that is overbuilt. 32 gigs of RAM. Some processor that I don't remember. But, you know, I like to be mobile. We're going mobile.
What do you mean? It tastes like pure paper.
I don't think so. What do you think? It's awful. It's like rubbery paper.
Awful.
It's like rubbery paper.
Well, look, it ain't no...
It tastes like it's when, like, cardboard was soaked in with the pop. Like, it's like paper. It tastes like...
It can slow down sometimes. Yeah, totally. Do I need to do something special to see depressing Elmo? All I see is a buffering spinning thing. Mega Uber, are you on iOS, an iOS device? Because it doesn't work on iOS, I'm afraid.
It tastes like it's when, like, cardboard was soaked in with the pasta.
Where?
Can I have a napkin?
Oh, I'm sorry, Nana.
It's a spit out.
So much for that napkin.
What do you need that for? I was going to spit into it. Right. Just throw it away. Why are you eating it? It's not bad, guys.
Eating it.
Elmo's down. Bring him up, dude. We're talking about Elmo right now.
So much for that napkin.
Why are you eating it?
It's not bad, guys.
Frankie is wrong! He's wrong!
Jesus Christ.
So wrong.
It's not bad, guys. It's wrong! I don't care what you think.
It's wrong!
I've lost my noodle.
It's got it.
I see people are jumping out of the stream. I'm sorry to see you go, folks. But I love to watch you lose.
It's wrong! I don't care Why would you think you're wrong?
They won't get to see the final first pass, which we're coming up on, I'd say.
I don't know what he's gonna say, but he's wrong. It tastes like paper, but the noodles taste like rubber.
Like paper. It tastes wrong. It does. It tastes like paper, but the noodles taste like rubber, and it's
It's got a cardboard edge to the
Card. It's got a cardboard edge to the.
Why would you start on anything then?
Why?
Black and white and the music is so much worse than I expected. What do you mean worse? Like sad or what?
Why would you start off anything and say it's not that bad, guys?
It's not that bad. Do I need more opinions?
Zach, can you come out? No, don't get Zach in here. It's not that bad. He likes all the gross ones. If he likes them, just come out. He likes ketchup on his back.
It's not that bad.
he likes all,
It's not. It's not that bad.
he likes all the gross ones. If he likes them, just come
He likes ketchup on his back. There's no talking to him.
Sports.
A fapoon?
Give this.
Talking to him.
Give this man a sport.
A fapoon?
Well, if Zach is invalid, then I want EJ. I want somebody until.
How many human lives do we have to sacrifice? How many human lives do we have to sacrifice?
Just to make Frankie satisfied.
Just.
Because it wasn't that bad, really. I mean, I'm not saying it was good. I'm just saying, like, they were sickened by it, and I thought it was just a bland match.
Sacrifice.
What Reddit app do you guys use? Reddit. I think it's just called Reddit on the on iPhone, and then I go to it on my desktop as well.
Just to make Frankie satisfied.
Why do you do this, Frankie?
Why do you make this man eat this? It's not that bad. It's disgusting, right? Right?
Frankie, it's just disgusting, right? Right?
I didn't say it was good.
So it's not that bad.
But it is that bad.
The sauce isn't terrible, but that pasta is just sauce.
It is that bad. But it is that bad. But it. But it is that bad.
The sauce isn't terrible, but that pasta is just that card.
Well, sure,
all
it's
right.
gluten free. No,
Pasta is just that card.
Well, sure, alright. Gluten free. No, we gotta move on to some other Macs. I want EJ's opinion. No.
Some other Mac. I gotta move on.
no,
I use Reddit as fun. Sherry Ann, who are you? How did you find us? Did you find us through Reddit? We haven't spoken to you much yet.
We gotta move on to some other Macs.
I want EJ's opinion.
No.
You don't. Opinion.
No.
If he doesn't give it, then I gotta.
You don't want it?
So do I just need to get you a fresh fapoon and I'll feed you a bite? I have my own. Alright. He has his own fapoon. He comes pre-fapooned. Pre-fapooned. I'll just have some of this one, sure. Alright. Oh god, that's a huge bite.
Oh God, that's a huge bite. It's a huge bite. Oh.
I can agree with Matt, Zach. The cheese sauce is fine, the noodles suck. With Matt, I can agree with Matt.
He says I agree with Matt, and then he says Zach. So I'm gonna cut that out. I'm gonna make him look better.
I can agree with Zach. The cheese sauce is fine, the noodles suck. So.
It's awful.
I don't know.
Awful.
Does that make you feel better, Frankie?
It's awful.
I don't know.
Awful.
Does that? Oh, does that make you feel better, Frankie? Frankie.
I'm not just gonna be away. Bye. As a matter of fact, it does. Alright, on to the next terrible one.
This is the Namaste.
Yeah. Which I think is
terrible one. Just gonna be his away.
Goodbye.
As a matter of fact, it does.
Alright, on to the next terrible one.
This is the Namaste.
We've only got 5 more minutes of footage to get through here.
This is the
Namaste, which I think is going to be Namas bad.
I'm going to say Namas no. I'm going to say Namas no. I'm going to...
Where's that Namaste clip?
Yeah.
Which I think is going to...
You feel better, Frankie.
This is the Namaste.
Yeah.
Which I think is going to be Namas bad. I'm going to say Namas bad.
I think Namas no works better because Namas yay, Namas day.
Yeah.
I'm going to say Namas no.
And it's way worse.
I'm a silent BoxMac fan. Well, thank you. We always are betting on if we have a silent majority out there.
It's way worse. It's the water taste.
No.
It's the cold water taste. It's the.
We're in sync that there.
It's the cold.
I have an iPhone 6 as well.
Water taste.
No, it's too strong tasting. It's very strong. Well, yes.
I first saw your Craft Dinner episodes linked on Reddit, and I fell in love. Well, thank you. We love you, too. As an avid fan of Mac. You like Mac. We love it, too.
Spit out.
Oh, Nina, I'm sorry for you.
It's too strong tasting.
It's taste.
No, it's...
It's the cold water taste.
No.
Wow, you're pretty quick at it. Thank you. I am pretty quick.
No, it's too strong tasting.
It's very strong.
Well, yes.
Oh, another spit out.
She just can't keep the Mac in her mouth.
Oh, Nina.
I'm sorry for your life. That's two spit out.
That's two spit out.
Two spit out.
Oh.
Double kill. Two spit out. Two spit out.
Oh, God. You needed half as much spice. What's that vomit taste?
Spice.
What's that vomit taste?
Oh, now that you brought it up, I can totally taste it.
That's cruelty-free vomit.
Taste it.
I got a whole sound in there.
Taste it.
That's cruelty-free vomit.
I sent in my first Mac contribution the other week. I think we got it, didn't we? How do you guys like the form factor of your devices?
Look what you're doing to the Nina. Look what you're doing.
There's another video called Tuna Cake where Nina spits out some tuna cake, and I think I'll probably drop a clip in here.
Look what you're doing to the poor Nina.
Look what you did to Nina. Oh, is that okay too? Do we need to get back in Egypt?
Oh, is that okay too? Do we need to get Zach and EJ in here?
No.
Is
no,
it not?
It's clearly obvious. It's obviously bad.
It tastes like vomit.
They said that the cheese sauce wasn't that bad on the. It's obviously bad.
It tastes like.
They said that the cheese sauce wasn't that bad on the others. Look, John's just hot, and he's gonna hate any Mac. No. And he's gonna hate any. Look, John. John's just hot, and he's gonna hate any Mac. No. And you don't like the taste of cheese, so I don't trust this board. This.
You guys keep having this this character limit issue. Let me see if I can help you. I'm gonna not automatically block spam messages. How about that? Let's see if that. Try it now.
Board.
This one smells terrible, Nina.
Give it away. Nina had to calm and move away because it almost made her vomit.
Nina had to give it away. Nina had to calm and move away because it almost made her vomit. I hope it does.
No! I don't want any Nina vomit. There is a Nina vomit video. It's called Tuna Cake.
There is a
Nina vomit?
There is.
Almost made her vomit.
There is a Nina vomit video. It's called Tuna Cake.
Frankie, your replies to a comment of mine on Reddit. Yeah, I might not have taken the care to make sure it was a reply.
There is a Nina vomit video. It's called Tuna Cake.
Because it almost.
Do we need to get Zach and EJ in here?
No, that's clearly
bad?
obvious. It's obviously bad. John's just hot, and he's gonna hate any Mac. John's just hot, and he's gonna hate any Mac.
No.
And you don't like the taste of cheese, so I don't trust this board.
I'm with you.
I sampled one noodle.
It's not bad.
It's not.
It's kind of salty.
I sampled.
Guys, I'm telling you, they weren't that bad. Oops. We don't want that. Wait for Tuna Cake to load. Cut in a clip. There's Nina vomiting now.
You want to vomit? Before I left the house, I might have had. I almost vomited. This right here is a piece of tuna. This right. Chunks of tuna like that.
Gonna hit it.
Don't be a puss. You should have had to see the climbers of flesh and the climbers of tuna. Right? Who was I fooling? I should have made tuna cupcakes. There it goes, a big bite for some reason. Nothing but tuna. Molded to be okay.
I didn't think it was that bad. I didn't think it was.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing about John Hunt. John Hunt is not an objective source of information for anything. He is extremely influenced by his environment, by small influences, by precedent, by a personal opinion from the past. Really very, very hard to make him just kind of experience something purely.
This right here is a piece of tuna.
I didn't think it was that bad.
See, I'm in your boat. I feel like it'd be that.
Now, did you see that clip? Wasn't that amazing? That's because...
What the fuck is it? She threw the plate.
It's an amazing video.
What happened? What do you mean what happened? Put it in that cake. Put it in that cake.
What do you mean
happened?
What do you mean what happened? Just tune in next.
What happened?
What do you mean?
What happened?
What do you mean what happened? Just tune in that cake. Just tune in that cake. What happened? Just tune in that cake. Just tune in that cake. This woman's been poisoned.
Poison. This is too long of a tuna cake clip. It might be.
This right here is a piece of tuna.
I didn't think it was that bad. I didn't think it was that bad.
Oh, I feel like. This right here is a piece of tuna.
I didn't think it was that bad.
I feel like it'd be that.
What happened?
What do you mean what happened? Just tune in that cake. Just tune in that cake. This woman's been poisoned.
And back to it. I said we go till 3, so we're coming up on that. Notice I haven't left my station the entire time. So probably long overdue for a bathroom break or something.
Okay.
This right here is a piece of tuna. This woman's been poisoned.
I sampled one noodle.
It's not bad.
It's not.
It's kind of salty.
It's not terrible.
It's kind of salty.
It's not terrible.
John's saying it's not terrible.
It's not like.
Yes, you do the same. Right away.
Yeah, see, Nina doesn't like the cheese taste. She thinks that even good cheese tastes like mucus because she's not used to it. And John was listening. You know, he was watching Nina spit things out, and it was gross, and he couldn't tolerate that. And so they both lost their objectivity entirely. That's the truth, folks. I think that makes good sense.
I sampled one noodle.
It's not.
That's so gross.
Poor Nina, she's spitting stuff out the whole time.
Flawless grossness.
Frankie.
Flawless grossness.
Last time we didn't make Nina spit up at all.
Make Nina spit up at all. I'm sorry, Nina.
3.5 spits.
Yeah, it tastes like vomit, right? Yeah.
Grossness.
Yeah, it tastes like vomit, right?
Yeah, in a good way.
I don't know what I mean by that.
Oh, Nina, I'm so sorry.
Yes.
No, don't film it. Sorry.
Yes.
No.
No, don't film it. See, John wasn't really all that sympathetic to me. He was just grossed out himself. Frankie wears diapers? Excuse me? Okay.
A good way.
No, don't film it.
Can I have something to drink? It's all... Can I have something to drink? It's on the other side of you guys.
More?
No.
Yeah, have a water. It's emergency water for Nina.
The other side of you guys.
Have a water. It's emergency water.
Can I have something to drink? It's on the other side of you guys.
It's emergency water for Nina.
Don't eat it, Frankie. It's not bad.
Eat it, Frank. Don't eat it. Don't.
So if we track John's statement here, this third one he said wasn't that bad. And now he's like, don't eat it, Frankie. It's so disgusting. Well, not really. Not really.
Don't eat it, Frankie!
It's not that bad.
What is wrong with you?
He's screaming, "What's wrong with me?" But he said it wasn't that bad.
You're gonna have to kiss this mouth later.
You're gonna have to kiss this mouth later.
Aww. I'm so sorry. It's one of the best vegan Macs there is. What is wrong with
It's one of the best vegan Macs.
You know, for years, John O'Brien has been making lewd comments about my wife.
It's one of the best vegan Macs there is.
What is wrong with you, man? Like, seriously.
It's
awful. What is wrong with you, man? Like, seriously.
I've never seen John that pissed off at me before.
It tastes like vomit. It's awful. It's so cute. It does not. What's wrong with you? Can't keep cool.
What's wrong with you? Not. What's wrong?
What's wrong with you? Can't keep cool.
What's wrong with you? Can't keep cool.
No, but seriously, it is actually awful. Seriously.
He's going, no, it's actually awful. No, that you said that it wasn't.
It is actually awful. I'm just giving the facts.
What does he say? I'm not trying to shit you now?
I'm not trying to shit you now. I'm just giving the facts. It's awful.
You want to see how awful I think it is? See how awful I think it is?
I'm just giving the facts. It's awful. I'm just giving the facts. I'm just giving the facts. It's awful.
You want to see how awful I think it is? That's how awful I think it is.
Oh, you're gonna make Nita throw up again.
It's not as good in the pot.
It's not as good in the pot.
Oh, well, this was a total unmitigated disaster. Well, it was mitigated.
This was a
good in the pot.
This was a total unmitigated disaster.
Well, it was mitigated by my love of the Mac.
Are you just acting?
Mitigated by my love of the Mac. Mac.
Are you just acting? Is this like an acting?
No.
This is like an acting exercise.
The Mac.
Is this like an acting?
No.
This is like an acting exercise. I don't see how good you can do with a food that's terrible.
I don't think it's that bad.
And yet he gave me such crap for liking the tomato Mac.
It wasn't good, Jack.
He gave me such crap for liking the tomato Mac. It wasn't good, Zach.
And yet he gave me such crap for liking the tomato Mac.
It wasn't good, Jack.
No, I also didn't spit
it out. My opinion is...
I also didn't spit it out.
My opinion is these are all terrible.
This is a controversial episode here.
The Namaste was particularly bad.
These all need to go into the Mac DB.
The Namaste was particularly bad because it was way too much of the flavoring.
And the flavoring combination was terrible. Wait, the only one I didn't like was this one. This one? No, this is fine. This is the one I didn't like. Yeah. Namaste. No, but if you're in the mood for a vegan Mac...
No.
If you are wondering if I was acting, I was not. I didn't think they were that bad.
Way too much of the flavoring.
But if you're in the mood for a vegan
flavoring.
But if you're in the mood for a vegan Mac, try Pasta Risto.
No,
Mac
don't.
and cheddar. Or try
Don't
Rosetta
do it.
Organic. Take it from me, Frankie, the vegan.
No.
Again.
That's a good bit.
Rice with salt. Nina, wouldn't you have rather had rice with salt?
Wouldn't you have rather had salt?
Ooh, Chinese food. That sounds nice for tonight.
Vegan.
No, Nina, wouldn't you have rather had rice with salt in any of these cases?
I'd rather had any.
100 times over.
So defeated.
She would have rather not eaten for 2 days. Than eat.
She would have rather not eaten for 2 days.
Then eat one of these. Yeah. I'm putting words in her mouth, but I'm so sorry. So what's coming up next?
So what's coming up? So what's coming up next?
This is what I'm doing in one box, right?
We're gonna roll you outside. We'll get you all cooled off with some leaves. We got those bags up there, but
Almost done.
We got those backs up there, but
we have a Mac coming up. Take two. We have a BoxMac up.
Backs up there, but
Take two. We have a BoxMac episode coming up called Barely Max.
Ideally, this would.
We have a BoxMac episode coming up. We have a BoxMac episode coming up called Barely Max.
Maybe. That's where my mouth is not in frame, and I want to sync this to see if it works.
We have a BoxMac episode coming up called Barely Max. And they're going to be a bunch of weird ones.
And this is going to be better than this, I hope.
BoxMac episode coming up called Barely Max. We have a BoxMac episode coming up called Barely Max. And they're going to be a bunch of weird ones.
And this is
Barely Max.
And this is going to be better than this. And this is
almost there.
And this is going to be better than this, I hope.
Not necessarily.
Aww.
Some of them look like they're in small little milk packages.
Next time, unbox.
Not necessarily.
Unbox. Next.
Not necessarily.
Next time, unbox Mac.
I'm so sorry.
That's it. That's the whole paths. And then I see I have, yeah. We're talking about that stuff.
Not turmeric?
It might be Frankie in powder turmeric.
Is the mix that... What?
Put that in here. You'd like me to find the Awful Bitch Up video? You can probably find that super easily by just searching for Awful Bitch on redcowentertainment.com. Let's see if I can find it as quickly as that. No, it didn't work. You know where I bet it is? You know where I'll bet it is? Huh. Got it. Blinking. There you go.
What this looks like to me is the mix that goes
It's
in
all.
ramen.
It's all.
And then this one is that one.
Rice pasta problem.
Nina, it's free from top. Then probably more take.
Well, okay, this one's massive for stay. That's
Which is non-violent. Bridges. This
open and yeah, it was.
No, it was away. Might not be very good. Enjoy it. This looks like the kind of stuff you get in a ramen. They look worse.
flour.
Oh,
Nina's disgusted.
Gluten.
I don't. Sure.
Organic cornstarch.
Probably better shop than
Some vegan mac.
the one I use here in the thing. I think there actually is a soundbite of that.
This whole week you're being an awful bitch. This whole week you're being an awful...
Yep, got it.
We've got some.
All right, you know what I've got? Tell you what, I'll bring the full experience to life. Of course, this is not a completed episode by any means. We still need to cut between the wide and the close-ups, and we need to isolate the audio and cut in any further clips, and we have to color correct, and we have to do the outro. But this is pretty much in 3 hours we got the solid skeleton of the thing, and I did it while chatting with you guys, so that's not too bad. There's an art to where you place the intro there.
Today on BoxMac.
See, I think it needs to be just a little bit more. There's an art to when the music hits, I think. It's pretty good.
I'm happy on one thing because we got.
I'm happy on one thing, he says. Highly grammatical. All right. Let's just take a moment to Andrew says, "Oh shit, I just noticed that the After Hours episode has been uploaded on the site. I know what I'm doing after this." Hey man, you're having like a full BoxMac day, huh? So it's 3 o'clock, so we're wrapping up. Excuse me, but if everybody has an extra 12 minutes and 56 seconds, I will show you the finished skeleton of this episode. We can all just kind of watch it together. As if we edited it together, which we kind of did. You guys, this is so cute. Just rendering so that we don't have any playback issues. And you guys can see how we brought 38 minutes of raw footage down to 12 minutes. Nice tight, hopefully a nice tight, funny 12 minutes. Frankie! All right, ready? Who's ready? Who's ready to watch it?
Frankie, after you reach a certain point in life, it's all downhill. And that's where we are. We've got some vegan Macs. I don't think any of them is going to be better than the today on BoxMac. I'm happy on one thing because we got Nina on the show, and I always like it when Nina's on the show. I'm sad that we got some Macs that nobody's going to like. This one right away, nobody's going to like it.
We've had another Road's End. We didn't like it. Pasta Riso is completely new to us.
Yeah, I've never seen that one before. And I've never seen this one before.
But we got a gluten-free brown rice pasta problem.
Nina, it's free from top allergens. I'd rather eat these textbooks than probably more tasty than these. Maybe I'm selling them short.
Well, okay, this one's massive, first of all.
Yeah.
Namaste, that's sort of a yoga mantra, is it not?
Ahimsa, which is non-violence in the yoga tradition.
What's
so
that got to do with any of this?
It's got nice little ridges. This isn't the same rice pasta we usually deal with, so maybe that's good.
Can we compare this to the first vegan episode where you were so open and so ready to try something new with your vegan friend? The day is good.
It wasn't good.
Yeah, it was.
No, it wasn't.
Pumpkin mac.
Amy's pumpkin mac. Actually,
Amy's pumpkin mac.
Get out of my kitchen! Frankie is going away. That's
You
fine.
kicked me out.
The show might not be very good without Frankie.
Oh, now they're worried about it not being good without me. How you doing, Zach?
What this looks like to me is the mix that goes
It's
in
all
ramen.
It's all turmeric, onion powder, turmeric, and paprika.
Cashew cheese.
Turmeric, not turmeric.
It might be. Frankie will edit it out and find the right one, and he will replace everything.
Turmeric.
Oh, look who decided to join
You guys
us!
making a show?
Yeah, this is where they do this is like the walk. This looks like the kind of stuff you get in a ramen packet, not cheese mix.
Frankie tracked down a young woman who was reviewing like 17 vegan macs at the same time.
So,
Mixed them all in a big bowl, cooked all the pastas together, and then
That is
like,
the
individual
wrong
sauces.
way.
Because I only have one pot, I'm gonna cook the same noodles and just add different sauces to them? Or should I just mix it all together?
Yeah, just go all the noodles.
All the noodles together? We're gonna need a bigger pot for this.
Oh, Nina's disgusted.
Oh, white and brown rice flour.
Oh, it's those noodles, but they look worse than noodle normal.
The noodles are the size of your face. And I like your face, but I don't like these noodles. It says gluten-free vegan yellow cheddar. Pea protein powder, your favorite thing.
Sure.
Organic cornstarch. Paprika extract. There appears to be no flavoring in this. I don't see anything that's going to give us flavor except for salt.
Road's End.
Please just have some regular ass.
Ass
Look.
pasta comes from an ass of an animal.
A nice little sachet of pasta there, but it's gluten-free, right?
No, I don't think so.
Don't you take issue with John's usage of the word sachet?
Yes.
What's wrong with sachets?
Sachets!
He specifically named them Sachet Max. Like that was the thing.
yeah, like
like
as
the
if you
ones that
see,
come
like-
in the little packets.
There's a section in the store called Sachet Mac.
There it is! Get British on the phone.
Array of Hope organic semolina flour. So
Ooh.
it's just wheat flour.
Could be good pasta then.
What's your favorite non-cheese term? Cheese with a Z and no E at the end? Uncheddar or trees? They could say cheesy flavor.
They could, but they don't.
I got the Earth Balance.
Okay.
And all of them are going to take an almond milk, except this Namaste one is just water. Namaste in the big pot. John, you will like that the Namaste one does specifically say salted
Too
pasta
much
water.
salt. I put too much salt.
No
You're getting Nina real. Nina unplugged.
Nina unplugged. Nina off the hook. Nina off script.
We need to already start stirring the terrible noodles. Remember how they clump together?
Give John a task, would you?
I tried to promise myself I wouldn't overheat today. And I did. I'm going to try really hard to not overheat. I won't overheat. I won't. I just can't do it. It wouldn't be noodles.
Well, don't look at
I'm going to use the redcowentertainment.com website
Oh, Christ.
to do a search for BoxMac Nina, and I can tell you every episode she's been on.
Wow, they're smart.
Is it cooler down there?
I don't want to bring the cooling discs out.
Where have I been?
BoxMac 6, Vegan Max.
Season of the Witch.
Gluten-free Max. The Holiday Special. Fancy Pants Max. Vegan 2.
Yeah.
4th of July, and Horizon.
Ooh, I really did end up on all the shit episodes.
1, 2... You've been on 7 episodes.
7 shows. That's pretty good.
I was holding out high hopes for the Road's End, but then I found out that there's no Earth Balance in it, and that the almond milk is optional, but we're going to use it. We're not going to use water.
Frankie!
Johnny!
Try adding bacon, ham, ground beef, cooked chicken.
Throw that on the porch.
Sorry, I didn't mean to throw it at you, but I'm too lazy to move to an angle that didn't require throwing it at you.
There's this horrible milky boil. Road's End is trying to pull through.
How much milk do we need? Almond milk.
From Namaste?
Yeah.
1 cup of water.
Cup of water, that's it, baby.
Gross.
How there's not enough sauce to absorb a cup of water.
At the very bottom here, one of the ads is free from top allergens.
Yeah.
But because I don't tend to read the perimeter first, I just went straight to top allergens. We have all the top allergens.
Peanut. Pollen.
to be dumped out, and then we have to reuse the pot to make a little saucy. Water!
Yeah.
Couldn't escape if I wanted to.
I'm all verschnocked.
Whisk in contents of cheese sauce packet.
Whisk.
A cup of water.
Something to lube up the Mac. Some disgusting water. Some new fans, as they go through the backlog of shows.
Sure.
They come across your high flow sink, and they want to know what you got for a model.
It's a Moen. I don't know the exact model name, but I'll make sure to post it on the Reddits if anyone's interested.
Okay. Oh, that doesn't smell good, name. Give that a whiff. It's totally cruelty-free.
Smells like butt sweat.
Oh, it does smell vaguely of butt sweat.
Wait, whose butt are you smelling?
I used to work as a CNA. There's a lot of butt sweat in my life. You should probably stir this terrible rice one in the middle.
Yeah, could you stir the terrible rice one?
Because it's going to be all clumpy.
Look at this. This looks like a pool that didn't get chlorinated.
But has some strange bacterial infection, not the kind of thing you'd normally expect.
Oh, this stinky one stinks bad.
Oh, that is stinky.
This is stinky sauce.
I promised myself I wouldn't overheat.
I promised myself I wouldn't cry when John overheated. I'm crying.
I promised myself I wouldn't get emotional about the vegan Macs.
I can't even bear the heat of the stove.
It's not that hot, dude.
I am out of control. I need to cool. I'm gonna overheat. I'm wearing like this heavy outfit that has no ventilation.
Does anyone mind if he takes it off?
I do.
Well, it's starting to look a lot better, I have to say.
It's not smelling.
Just because it looked like a Mac doesn't mean it's...
Just because it look like a Maca. They are bright white. Look at that. They're still rock hard.
But then they start falling apart.
They're not.
It falls apart. Days gone and nothing is wasted. Run away, run. Nobody knows the song, but
he's cooling as this happens.
Oh.
He backs away. Oh.
How did the road's end up so watery when there was so little water to be added?
No, there was quite a bit.
Oh,
2/3 of a cup. Vegan eating doesn't have to be this way, people.
It's not as offensive to me as, say, the Camping Macs.
We've got a 9-pan, a 9-bowl, a 9...
We're going in the 9s. That's overboiling right now.
Let it.
If we have clearly followed the instructions and it takes forever, do we ever cut it off? We just gotta cut this guy off, right? This is the Mac uncheddar. So even if the cheese is good, the noodles are bollocks.
They're totally jizz. They're total toss.
The new MC2000 is a twat that only produces bollocks.
Will the whole system be shagged, or can you toss it off?
I need a
pot holder?
Yes.
A blunt?
A blunt? A Shake Shot lifestyle?
I think we need to get outside, dress him down,
all
get some
stinks so
hoses, some big ice cubes, and get them all cool.
Just lay me on a big ice cube. This one smells gross.
They all smell gross. Can't we just evaluate the smell and be done with it? I had such high hopes for this, and now I'm just miserable again, and everything is sad. Let's get this pasta risotto.
You better pick that
It
plate
smells weird.
It's not that bad.
What do you mean? It tastes like pure paper. It tastes like it's when cardboard was soaked in with the pasta.
Where?
Can I have a napkin?
Oh, I'm sorry, Nana.
It's a spit out.
So much for that napkin.
Why are you eating it?
It's not bad, guys.
Frankie is wrong! He's wrong! It's wrong! I don't care what you think, you're wrong!
It does. It tastes like paper, but the noodles taste like rubber, and
it's got a cardboard edge to the taste.
Why would you start off anything and say, it's not that bad, guys?
It's not that bad. Do I need more opinions? It's not that bad.
He likes all the gross ones. If he likes it, just
He likes ketchup on his back. There's no talking to him.
Give this man a sport.
A fapoon? How many human lives do we have to sacrifice just to make Frankie satisfied?
Why do you do this, Frankie? It's disgusting, right? Right?
I didn't say it was good.
But it is that bad.
The sauce isn't terrible, but that pasta is just...
We gotta move on to some other Macs.
I want EJ's opinion.
No. Oh, God, that's a huge bite. It's a huge bite. Oh.
I can agree with Zach. The cheese sauce is fine, the noodles suck. So.
It's awful!
Does that make you feel better, Frankie?
This is the Namaste.
I'm gonna say no. It's way worse. It's the water taste.
No.
No, it's too strong tasting.
It's very strong.
Well, yes.
Another spit out.
That's two spit out.
What's that vomit taste?
Oh, now that you brought it up, I can totally taste it. Look what you're doing to the poor Nina.
Oh, is that okay too? Do we need to get Zach and EJ in here?
No, that's clearly obvious. It's obviously bad.
Okay.
John's just hot, and he's gonna hate any Mac.
No.
And you don't like the taste of cheese. So I don't trust this board.
Oh, this one smells terrible, Nina.
What?
Nina had to calm and move away because it almost made her vomit.
There is a Nina vomit video. It's called Tuna Cake.
This right here is a piece of tuna.
I didn't think it was that bad.
I feel like it'd be that.
What happened?
What do you mean what happened? There's tuna in that cake. There's tuna in that cake. This woman's been poisoned.
I sampled one noodle.
It's not bad.
It's not.
It's kind of salty.
It's not terrible.
That's so gross.
Flawless grossness.
Yeah, it tastes like vomit, right?
Yeah, in a good way.
No, don't film it.
Can I have something to drink? It's on the other side of you guys.
It's emergency water for Nina. Don't eat it, Frankie.
It's not that bad.
What is wrong with you?
You're gonna have to kiss this mouth later. It's one of the best vegan Macs there is.
What is wrong with you, man? Like, seriously.
What's wrong with you? Can't keep cool.
No, but seriously, it is actually awful. I'm just giving the facts. It's awful.
You want to see how awful I think it is? That's how awful I think it is.
Oh, you're gonna make Nina throw up again.
It's not as good in the pot.
This was a total unmitigated disaster.
Well, it was mitigated by my love of the Mac.
It's just like an acting.
No.
This is like an acting exercise. I don't see how good you can do with a food that's terrible.
I don't think it's that bad.
He gave me such crap for liking the tomato Mac.
It wasn't good, Jack.
The Namaste was particularly bad because it was way too much of the flavoring.
But if you're in the mood for a vegan Mac, try Pasta Risto.
No,
Mac
don't.
and cheddar. Or try
Don't
Rosetta
do it.
Organic. Take it from me, Frankie, the vegan.
No, Nina, wouldn't you have rather had rice with salt in any of these cases? 100 times over.
So defeated.
She would have rather not eaten for 2 days.
So what's coming up next?
This doesn't want to do anymore, BoxMac. We got those Macs up there, but...
We have a BoxMac episode coming up called Barely Macs.
And this is going to be better than this, I hope.
Not necessarily.
Next time on BoxMac.
That's it. I think it's pretty good. I think it's a strong episode. We did it together. We're the editing team. That's BoxMac number 60. It's a 60th episode that will be released in several weeks. As I watch it back, I see a lot of little clips that I want to add in or minor refinements and whatnot. But, I'd say probably another 2 hours of work and the whole thing will be ready for upload. If I do this again, another editing stream, I'm thinking that I'll do it with like a Junt's cart. I think that would be kind of fun. Might even be fun to kind of call Saturday live stream day. Maybe not every Saturday, but maybe Saturday at noon Eastern is kind of the time that Red Cow streams. Although I know EJ likes to do them on Wednesdays sometimes, on weeknights. But maybe you guys can tell us when you like to have a stream. So I want to thank everybody for joining us for all that time. And watch After Hours. You can watch it right now at redcownentertainment.com, or you can wait until tomorrow and watch it with a good bowl of Mac. Love you all very much. Have yourselves a merry little Christmas.